Welcome to TeamNotCrash podcast with your host Seymour Guado. Maester Seymour, the greatest maester in all the Spira.
I thought you were doing a spooky voice. I was gonna say, "Bah, Halloween's been over. Come on."
Yeah, it's been over for months. Still not over. Spooky's still here.
It is quite spooky outside right now. We're near the shore with all the mist.
With all the mist. In fact, he's at my job right now, my cozy, comfy office. But anyway, so welcome to the emergency Podcrash, I guess we'll call it.
And the first Podcrash of the new year.
Ooh, yeah. You're probably wondering where DJ and Dan are. Well, DJ, what we're going to cover on this podcast, I think DJ already, in his own way, covered in his video that he uploaded a couple days ago. His update video. Also, he's kind of been busy lately with all the moving and just adjusting to everything that's been going on. If you want to know more about it, go watch his video.
Link to it in the description.
Right. And as for Dan, I think he's working right now, and I don't think he really has much going on right now that he hasn't had going on before anyway. So, I think the most that's been going on is between DJ and I.
Actually, we've all had a lot of stuff going.
Yeah. You as well, yeah, definitely. But
I wouldn't say recently at this point, but pretty recently. I got a full-time job around 2.5 months ago. So we've all had super cramped schedules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's been a big thing.
We're all living that life and getting that money.
We're trying to get that
moolah. Getting that bread.
Getting that cha-ching dollars. Anyway. So what have you been playing lately, Liam? We'll start with you.
I've been playing the hell out of Yakuza 4.
5?
5, yes. I've been playing the hell out of Yakuza 5, or as much Yakuza 5 that I can get in with my new schedule.
Enjoying the game?
Yeah.
Best game in this franchise?
I'm on Tiger's chapter right now, and I've only, at the beginning part, you're in jail, so you do a lot of... Actually, you don't really do a lot of fighting in that chapter either.
Actually, just not to cut you off, but before we move on, I'm just going to say, if you want to just get to the main channel news that we're going to get into, we'll put a skip in the description or an annotation to let you guys just get down to the point if you don't want to hear us fucking go on about our jerking off game shit. But if you do...
You know what? We should probably just do that first.
Oh. Well, like I said, I put, timestamps.
Oh. Well, we brought it up, at the beginning, so we might as well just knock it out right now.
We'll continue with the games that we've been playing afterwards then. But I guess to kind of get to the point, you got a full-time job. Mm-hmm. And that's been a big thing. He's been working Sunday through Thursdays.
But that just got changed to Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, so...
Yeah, so things have been kind of hectic, especially on my end, because quite a few things happened with me. Number one, just the biggest thing that happened to me recently, and probably the most negative, is I'm getting an hour cut at work. Yeah, it's apparently because they don't want to pay part-timers healthcare or whatever. Try to fathom this. I'm a part-timer who worked 40 hours a week. I worked full-time. Everybody always questions, how are you a part-timer when you work full-time? Yeah, I guess I work full-time, but my status is part-time. I don't have benefits. I don't have pension. I don't have any of that right now. And basically what I have to do is kind of kiss ass, big politicians and whatever. So that's that. And I've been trying to do that all of last year, work my way up. But yeah, I've been basically working up as much as I could to get to full-time. But how do I get repaid? We don't want to pay part-timers healthcare, so here, instead of 40 hours a week, here's 24.
Unfortunately, that's just been what's been happening everywhere. If it was the county, then it would be one thing, but it's the town, and it's you knew that once once that shit got started, you know they was going to do that. Everywhere is like part-timing people to death ever since they made
Obamacare.
Yeah, since they made the healthcare like mandatory for full-time workers.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to get into politics because quite frankly I don't think I'm qualified enough to talk about it. I don't really know about that, but yeah, it's basically I'm going to just say everybody's saying it's because of that. That's why I'm getting the hour cut, and I'm gonna have to get a second job. I mean, at least for now. What I can hope is that they'll realize that this is fucking retarded and just be like, oh, well, we can't just have the limit. Because, like, number one, people are leaving. People are leaving like crazy because of this is going on. Some people already left. And it's like, you're not gonna have enough people to cover the hours. So how are you gonna have, like, half the workers, like, covering... like 3 days a week each, or 2 days a week each. I'm covering only 2 days a week now, 12 hours each. Which, I mean, it does give me more free time now, but it's like, well, now I don't have, like, as much money. And that sucks. And so, like it or not, I'm going to have to get, like, a second job until, like, this hopefully blows over, and, you know, that's what I can only hope.
Maybe this understaffed period will, like, make them like push more people to full time.
Yeah, what I'm hoping is that this is just a way to weed out a bunch of people so that, you know, then they see who actually stays, and then maybe they'll just put everything at least close to back to normal. I don't think they're going to give me 40 hours back, but 35 hours? I could live with that. It's not too much off. Something around that. But yeah, I'm going to have to, at least not quite yet, but I'm going to have to look for a second job, and shit's going to get even more hectic with me in that case, because now I'm going to be running under two bosses, and I'm just going to have I don't know, it's going to be a mess. So we'll see what happens. And also, I might or might not, I'm still in talks with it, and I'm not going to say what the group is, because I haven't even talked to all the group yet, so it's in the super I want to do right now phase. But I might be joining up with a crew who streams fighting games, because they usually stream Smash Brothers, but lately they've been wanting to branch out to more popular, other popular fighting games, such as Street Fighter V. And I was like, well, you know what? I fucking love fighting games, and I've always kind of wanted to do something like that, so, I mean, hey... might give it a shot, especially if they're willing to let me, let me try.
I think you could bring up the name since, like...
Again, I don't want to... the only reason why I don't want to bring up the name is because I only talked to one of the guys. I didn't talk to the main guy or any of the other guys. So it's like, for now, let's just say I might be joining up with a crew for fighting games. That I'll formally announce it on another podcast when and if it happens. You know, and when I talk to the other people first, like, basically, I kind of want to just, get their internal permission, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, I talked to them already. I guess it's okay. I can say stuff like this. So, yeah, and as a result of all of this, yeah, I don't really know, like, how much time I'm going to be able to devote to the channel anymore. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to leave completely. I still want to do Final Fantasy with Dan, and I want to, get Castlevania back off the ground. All that's still stuff I want to do, and I do. I love recording with the guys. It's a good time, but considering all this is happening, and I don't know, it's kind of a year of uncertainty right now, and I can't really give a solid answer as to what will happen, when it'll happen, especially with DJ going on his hiatus. Seems like he's been pretty down about the whole situation, which I guess we'll just say outright his grandmother died of cancer recently, and he's been kind of suffering because of that as a result. And I mean, if you watch the video, you would know. If you follow the Facebook, you would know. But in case you haven't, there it is. And he's been moving. So, yeah, it's definitely a year of uncertainty. But hopefully, within a month or so, I'm going to give a guess we could spring back up and at least get some more videos out. I'm hoping, if anything, at least we can do 2 people playthroughs or something like that. I'd be fine with it. As long as we're getting content out, that'd be good. Because we don't want to leave you guys hanging for too long.
On the whole issue of cancer, I wish we could have, like, did this earlier. because like AGDQ just passed.
Oh, Awesome Games Done Quick, yeah.
Yeah. We could, like, I did the best I can to try to push people there via the Facebook.
Yeah, and you kind of...
Not to mention the fact that it caught me off guard, too. I was like, oh, no!
It would have caught me off guard if it wasn't for the fact that I follow Some Call Me Johnny on Facebook. And so he was going all about it. It's like, I was like, oh, really? But nobody else was talking about, just him. So I was just like, oh, okay.
Because there's a lot of like crazy like changes and stuff going on in my job, so I was kind of like mentally preoccupied. And then like one day, just out of nowhere, I was just thinking like, when is AGDQ coming up? And I went to the page. I was like, it's on right now. What?
Yes. Yeah. So and now on to what happened to the videos that should have been up in December. It's a very simple thing. Me and Leon actually recorded a bunch more Onimusha footage. So we were hoping to get that up in December, but laptop crashed. Whoa, no. Fuck. I literally had to send my laptop to get fixed. Like, twice I had to get the screen fixed. And then once I sent it to, like, get the hard drive fixed because it had a hard drive failure, they couldn't fix it. And they were asking, like, oh, hey, you think if you give us X amount of money, we could get you a new hard drive? And I was like, I'm good. I'm not going to give names, but let's just say I'm probably not going to go to that place in the future.
Well, they did a relatively good job. The screen is fixed now, and the only thing that's wrong is the hard drive, because the hard drive is just legitimately...
Yeah, you know what? That was out of their control. I'm not going to say that for now, but I guess just, like... It didn't give me a good couple of impressions, and I was kind of pissed about it for a while. But, and especially because I was planning on selling that laptop to a buddy of mine, and, you know, all this was happening while he was in his possession. And even worse was Leon and him tried to switch my hard drive out for his hard drive and almost bricked his hard drive. But if you could explain how you fixed it?
I can't explain how we fixed it, actually. It was super weird. It was just the day of us swapping out hard drives, and then we put your hard drive in his laptop, and we found out that your hard drive wasn't quite dead yet. And then we put his hard drive in your laptop, and then did the whole crash thing, and then we did it again, and then your laptop started working again after we put your hard drive back in your laptop. But then we found out that, like, your hard drive is, like, dying slowly. It grinds and, like, freezes every so often. So what's happening now is the person whom you're giving the laptop to is getting a new hard drive to put in your laptop. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to get his laptop when that's all
done and over with, yeah. Otherwise, it seems like it's running fine for now, and that's great. It kind of just almost sorted itself out.
Yeah.
And now we're recording from my new laptop, so yeah.
With my new mic.
Yeah. And now I have a mic, so things can happen.
Mm-hmm. So, like, when I get the hard drive from our other friend, then expect... I don't even know why I keep saying it. He was in a freaking...
Pat, yeah. He was in a... Yeah, that's right. We had Pat in the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron Podcrash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was Pat.
Yeah.
But,
when I get Pat's computer, his old computer, then I'm going to also start doing more smoke breaks, so...
No, and as for personal stuff, I'm actually planning on saving up to get a capture card for myself. And, you know, Dan and I could share. But,
since they live practically around the corner from each other.
We live, like, literally a minute away from each other. And I was starting to think about starting to get up some video reviews on my personal YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing I might end up putting my time into.
And there may be some reshuffling and a second channel that I'm gonna have talks with DJ about, that we're gonna launch. Probably more sooner than later, since it's already up and it's already a channel, but right now it's just kind of our junk drawer.
Yeah, but I think it's good that everybody has a junk drawer. I mean, even, like, Brain Scratch Comms has a junk drawer just of, like, game footage and shit. But, I mean, if we want to have another channel, what are you planning on doing with it?
I was probably gonna move the Bake the Summary and, well, maybe not the Bake the Summary, but definitely the new You Interested Yet? to there. And my freaking workshop stuff whenever I ever do those.
Gotcha. Okay. That's cool. But yeah, so definitely a good amount of changes coming through to TeamNotCrash here. We don't know what's going to happen, but we'll try to figure something out. Either way, we're going to try to get content out soon. Leon, now, thankfully, we were able to recover the files that we had for Onimusha and the Final Fantasy IV footage that I was editing. So we still have that, thankfully. We were able to recover all that.
Yeah. Freaking enjoy the big, dumb, freaking Elgato watermark on the Onimusha footage.
Yeah, we totally forgot. That's another thing. We're gonna put an annotation or like a notification at the beginning of the next video anyway, just in case you don't listen to this. But if you are listening to this, enjoy that. It's not great, and but we're not going back and re-recording it. Nope. We had to wait that long to record more. So, no.
We're so close to beating the game. We don't want any more delay.
Yeah.
At this point, we just want to move on to a new game. So.
Right. Yeah, so
no disrespect, but please understand.
Please understand. It also kind of gives a bit of a realness to our channel. Like, we're not professionals. We gotta do this to futz around. But moreover, but really though, yeah, expect more Onimusha. That's coming out. When? When?
I had a talk with DJ, and we agreed that we should finish the game first before I start editing them and putting them out. So
okay, so I'd say maybe if we can get together next week and just bang out a final recording or something like that, or like a second to final recording. So if we can get more footage, then we'll upload more. I'd say, with luck, hopefully by the end of the month or beginning of February. But we'll have to see. That's all I can say. And as for Final Fantasy IV, that's still coming around the corner. I have a good amount of footage. I just have to edit it, cut it up and stuff. I might end up redoing that tonight since I might have to do that. And then me and Dan will have, commentary over that. It's going to be our Fost. Yes, our Fost. Haha.
First playthrough ever.
First playthrough ever. I'm dead. Anyway, we're going to have our first post-commentary playthrough, actually, where I play the footage, record the footage, and then me and Dan talk over the footage we watch.
And then the ominous humming starts.
Yes, of the heater in my job, the big heater that is jury-rigged up on my building anyway. Yeah, so we're not dead, is what we're saying. And we just wanted to clarify.
Please don't unsubscribe.
Don't unsub. We only have 90 of you, I think? Or 89?
We're going to go fair and say, as of now, 95. I don't know how many people may have unsubscribed or subscribed until then.
The
last time I checked, it was 99.
Okay. All right. So... yeah, like we'll see. We won't leave you guys hanging for too long. Hopefully, if everything.
We're knocking on the triple digits door.
It's close. It's fucking close. But yeah, so expect more stuff. Hopefully, and whenever we can, we'll try to all get together for some Castlevania. Since the four of us might not be able to get together as often for stuff, what I kind of want to do, if we get together, all of us, is to record a ton of footage. Like, if we can try to figure out a way for us all to get, like, a single day off, at least in a month, meet up a little earlier, and just try to bang out, like, I don't know, like 2 to 3 hours of Castlevania. Like, that would be more than enough for DJ to edit over the month. And, maybe, like, a Crash and Bash or something like that, because we definitely need those, too. But yeah, so anyway, so
We are so behind, but like we still have stuff in the wings, but not stuff we can release just yet.
Yeah, we have things planned, but we'll see how everything pans out. Yeah, so I guess now that we're done with this,
shout outs to our new teammates, Will and Cinnamon.
Yeah,
they're really jazzed to help us like expand the Crash Concern empire.
Yeah, just to expand the no. Expand the no. Yeah, no, that's great that we have like more people to help get the word out. We definitely have to talk when we're all kind of like back in the groove of it. We definitely have to talk to them about like, you know, what we want and what should go down and stuff. But yeah. So anyway, now that we're now that
basically sums up everything.
Yeah. I mean, we basically, if you want like other bits of information that we didn't, you know, like that we didn't bring in, just watch DJ's update video. And Dan's still working at CVS. Although another thing that we might have to consider is he might be going away for college at some point. You know, we'll have to consider that, but we'll meet that when that happens. For now,
we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, this is the now, and the now is hopefully looking bright. Hopefully. But it's going to be a bit of a slow first half of the year, I would say.
I'm liking my new schedule because it's pretty good for cons.
Nice. Anyway, so back to kind of backtracking to
now back to Yakuza. Anyway, like playing Tiger, like all of the fighting was like front loaded into the first and second chapters, like right basically at the end, the escape the jail, beat up everybody in the jail, basically beat up all the inmates, and then leave. And now we're in the hunting town doing a whole bunch of hunting missions and trapping stuff and doing like fetch quests.
Oh, cool!
And it's pretty fun.
Just hunting with tigers. Are you able to switch back and forth between characters in this one, or is it just?
Oh, yeah. In 4, you only able to do that at the very end, like before the last chapter. Everyone meets up at Date's bar.
I guess spoiler. Whoa, he gets a bar. I guess. I guess Date gets a bar. Spoiler.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're going through it right now.
Yeah, and we'll get to me in a bit, but continue.
But yeah, I've been playing Undertale. I've
everybody's favorite game right now.
Yeah, it's just been everywhere, and I started watching the best friends Let's Play of it, and I was like, you know what? I gotta do after freaking seeing Sundar playing. I was like, you know what? I'm not watching anymore. I gotta do this.
You gotta do it.
I gotta play it myself.
No more spoilers. Now, this is like probably your first experience with a turn-based RPG in like since Chrono Trigger, right? Yeah.
But like the active like dodging system, I guess you want to call it.
The shmup dodging
system. It gives it a fresh feel. It feels more active. It's not like a normal turn-based game where you're just managing numbers and gear.
I was watching Dan playing a little bit of it, and he was fighting, he was doing a genocide route, and he was fighting this one boss, and just so much spears and fucking bullshit happening, like what is this, a rhythm game? Like, what's going on? Yeah, I might try my hand at it at some point. I'm waiting for the hype to die down a bit.
Yeah, I also bought Exert on Steam because I was tired of not having it.
Yep, straight out, ripen for the picking when Revelator's coming out in a few more months. Good job.
Whatever, man. I still won't have a PS4 probably. So.
Probably not. I mean, like, I don't know, like thinking about it.
And it comes with all the stuff. So,
oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
All the colors, all the characters.
And you got it on a Steam sale, I'm assuming? Or
yeah.
Was it? Oh, okay.
Well, I don't remember.
I'm sure it's like not that much on Steam anyway.
Either way, it's only $30 on Steam anyway, so.
Not bad. You can't get wrong. And I hope that they release Revelator when on PC at the same time as the PS4, because at this point they're kind of caught up with the fighting games they've been behind on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, almost. I think they might be behind a Blaze Blue version, but who cares? Oh, Blaze Blue, so good.
Yeah, they put out. Yeah, Blaze Blue is currently on Steam. I think it might be. Wait, was Continuum Shift the first one?
No, Calamity Trigger was the first one. I hate the name so much. It's so hard to just remember.
Yeah,
Calamity Trigger, Continuum Shift, and then Chrono Phantasm.
I think Continuum Shift is the one that's on Steam right now.
Yeah. But yeah, like
and they're
Melty Blood.
Yeah, they're releasing Melty Blood this spring.
Under Night in Birth.
That's coming out this summer.
Yeah. They got the plans for
and it's gonna be it's gonna be EX Late and freaking Current Code too.
EX Late is right. Late as fuck.
Under Night in Gordo Fighter EX Late.
Apparently he got nerfed in the recent Japanese version.
Yeah, but isn't he still good though?
He's still good, but I was looking at like tournament results recently and I haven't been seeing him as much.
That's good.
I'm like, okay, alright. You're making me care a little more. Like, I don't know, just like I played it and I'm
like
not...
they nerfed him. Like at this point, nerfing him, like to nerf him anymore would mean to like go in and redo his sprite.
Yeah.
Redo his weapon sprite so his full screen Shoryuken won't be full screen.
I've kind of come to the point where I'm just like, I don't know if I like fucking J Fighters all that much. I think I like Xrd, but that's the thing. I'm probably going to focus mainly on Street Fighter this year, but then like once Revelator comes out and, you know, if I'm comfortable with Street Fighter, I'll see if I can't give Johnny a shot, you know. Johnny's there now, and I like him.
J Fighters are pretty hit or miss for me too. The only ones that I really like that really stuck to me were Guilty Gear and Melty Blood.
And I think Under Night has the potential to be as good as Melty Blood, but even then, I'm not even the biggest fan of Melty Blood.
And
but
Chaos Code's ugly ass is pretty good too.
Yeah, it's fucking KOF budget ass.
Yeah, even below KOF budget, because those sound bites, like some of those sound bites are just terrible.
Really bad. But it works. It's serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
If only that game was still getting updates.
Like, yeah, but nobody plays it. So have you been playing anything else?
That's basically it. Just those 3 games right now.
Oh boy, I got a mountain of things to talk about now. So I didn't beat Fallout yet. Kind of don't wanna.
Much like a lot of people, it seems.
I kind of don't wanna, because I don't like saying this, because you know what? I think there is good in this game, and I think Bethesda really did try this time, in terms of just, like, some elements, like, some parts really do feel like, hey, you put more effort into the story, I care more, I love Valentine, he's a great companion, like, he's awesome, and I like Paladin Dance and how fucking awkward he is. He spends like 6 minutes trying to tell you that you're a good soldier. It's like, I don't usually say this, but given the events that have happened and what's going on right now, and you're a good soldier. Yeah, he's like really awkward, but like no, yeah, just like there's a lot of things to like about 4, but then there's so much I don't like about it that's keeping me from beating it, and I don't care. I really don't. I don't know. I don't care.
I think one of the pitfalls of this game is like the established character that they have to make to like give this person a voice or whatever.
I don't know why they had to do that. Like they could have just did it like the other ones. I don't know what was wrong with that. Like that's why I loved New Vegas, because you have like 10 different dialogue options sometimes.
Because in this game, like you can only be like 3 different versions of this one guy.
Yep.
But you can't be your own character really. You could just be this guy.
You have to be cool guy. Cool. Is he voiced by Troy Baker? I think he is. I think he's voiced by Troy Baker. No
matter what, if you do the side quest, you have to care about the kid. That's all the dialogue options is. You care about this kid.
Yeah, you could say fuck my son. He's dick. Let him die of radiation poisoning. I'm terrible. But that's my point, though, is like in New Vegas, you could just be a Fist of the North Star cannibal Holocaust man. But in this game, it's like you're like white bread. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't know, just like you're just boring, plain, bland. Just nothing about the game is really popping out to me. A lot of it even is kind of just remember Fallout 3? Remember Liberty Prime?
Like they
guess
did
what? He's in this game.
Like they did a lot of cool stuff, but it's like one step forward, one step back.
Well, kind of like more like one step forward, two steps back for me. Like even like the new stuff isn't new.
Yeah, the new I'm talking about more like the inside stuff, like when you're using hand-to-hand weapons. Sometimes when you finish somebody off with a VATS, they'll do like a unique move or something.
Yeah, but that's based off a mod thing from Skyrim. Like the pile drive is the exact same animation as the pile drive. Oh well, what is the move where you just basically do a bridge on someone?
The German suplex?
German suplex, yeah. There's a German suplex mod for Skyrim that they literally just ripped and put into Fallout 4.
Well, damn, never mind then.
Like, I compared the two animations and I was like, this is the same.
One step forward, two step back it is.
It's like a lot of, no, you know what? I respect the fact that they're looking at the community and being like, okay, these mods are cool. Let's put people like these. Let's put these in our new game so they don't have to put it in there themselves. But then it's like even then you kind of fuck it up.
And it feels like it didn't feel like they did it in a genuine way. It feels like they just wholesale ripped all the mods and was like, look at this new experience for Fallout. Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't even do it as good in some cases. Like the base building shit is better in New Vegas. Because New Vegas had a mod where you could build bases and make settlements and shit. And it had like a whole like tower defense element to it. This game has that too now, officially. But like it's so janky and bad. The interface isn't good. Like honestly, the interface wasn't very good on the modded version either. But I can let that go because that's a fan-made mod and that's whatever. But then like we have a professionally made thing. You couldn't have it have a good UI. It couldn't have a good UI. It couldn't have an easy way to do shit. Like, it had to be really unintuitive. But you kind of have to use it. The game kind of forces you to. And it's funny because most reviews say, like, you could totally ignore the settler aspect. No, you can't. Sometimes the game just forces you to build shit. And besides, honestly, you get some of the best stuff by investing in settlement stuff. So why wouldn't you do it? Like, it only makes sense. Like, jeez.
As an aside, take everything I have to say about this game with a grain of sand. I haven't played it. I'm just taking word from Bob and my friend and Morgan, who also is playing it.
Yeah, and Morgan's like he hates it even more than me. I don't even hate the game. I just think it's boring. I just think that there's nothing about it that pops. Like I didn't like New Vegas's gameplay very much because it wasn't running on a good shooting engine. But like the story is what kept me going. The characters are what kept me going. The expansions were great. I loved everything about Ulysses as a villain. He was awesome. But, like...
It's still not running on a good shooting engine, in my opinion.
Even now, like, well, in my opinion, I don't know. Like, the shooting feels better.
They've improved it somewhat, but, like...
It's crunchier. The AI actually is better.
But the damage is so goddamn retarded.
What do you mean by that?
Like, it seems like it doesn't matter if you shoot them in the head or not, if you're not in VATS.
No, not true.
Like, it may take, like, significantly less shots, but sometimes it'll still take, like, 3 to 5 shots to drop somebody with a headshot.
Yeah, it's an RPG. I guess you fall into that pitfall. What I don't like is... I mean, there could be a perk in the game I'm not seeing or something like that, but when you aim at a particular limb, it doesn't show the condition of the enemy's limb anymore. It doesn't, like, I liked that because it at least told me, like, okay, their head is this close to being crippled or whatever, or their leg is this close to being broken. And when, they lose, there's still a damage system on the models, but it's so hard to tell now. I think there is a perk. I could be wrong. I think I saw some videos where people had that on there. I just didn't get the perk. But I don't know why the game wouldn't just fucking give it to you from the jump. I don't understand. And the new perk system, man. What the fuck? Like, they got rid of some of the best perks, or they just limited all the... Like, this game ties perks in with stats and leveling up. Ties it in with your special. If you Fallout players know what that is, but if you don't, specials like your overall stats, your strength, your constitution, etc., RPG stats, just put into an acronym. But now perks are tied to that, which they weren't before. They somewhat were, but it wasn't like to this crazy degree. And also, there's no level cap. You could just level up forever, which I don't like. I like having a level cap. That means you have to specialize. It's like, I want to be a stealth character? Well, then you have to build a stealth character. But now you can just do Skyrim, build a stealth shooty blow-up guy who has 1,000,000 health. Like, it'll take you a while, but you'll get there, especially with, like, all the expansions they're going to add. I mean, come on now. Like, it's hard not to be able to be a multifaceted badass in this game, and not to mention progression just feels stunted as a result of like you getting like a perk. Well, like just the level up. Each level up feels way less significant than in any other Fallout game. I can't explain it, but when you're early level in New Vegas, like by the time you're level 10, and if you've only been implementing shit in points into stealth and only stealth, you're gonna be really fucking good at stealth. Like, you will not be good at anything else, but you will not be seen. In this game, you'll get to that bare minimum by like level 25. Like, that's what I feel. Like, I don't know, I don't feel powerful. Like, I don't know. It's like, I'm level 25 myself. I don't really feel that powerful. I don't feel that strong. And I feel like they just stripped a lot of RPG elements out of it. And oh god, you know, it's been beaten to death, but it's worth being beaten more, because what the fuck, Bethesda? The dialogue system is trash. It's fucking garbage.
The Mass Effect fucking dialogue system,
which worked in Mass Effect better in my opinion, because at least in Mass Effect you had like more options than just 4. At least in Mass Effect 1. And then in Mass Effect 2, they added the Paragon and Renegade system, which added more options. But in this game, it's just option 1, option 2, option 3, sarcastic. What is sarcastic? That is not a thing. I don't care what anybody says.
I keep hearing a lot of the time that sarcastic is just be a dick.
Be a fuckboy. But it's like, sometimes it's not always the case. You never know. Like, it's like the wild card choice.
That's why also freaking a mod that's out for it is you can see what he's going to say before you pick the option.
Which is what the game should have had, in my opinion. It's so polarizing because I really wanted it to be good. I was saying to myself, I was like, look, Mortal Kombat 10, it disappointed me after a while. Metal Gear Solid 5, massive disappointment. I don't want my third fucking Xbox One game to be a disappointment. And I'm not going to say I'm not as disappointed in this game as I was for MGS5.
Is it even solely on Xbox?
It's on PS4 and PC as well. But the games, I'm just saying in terms of games I got for my next-gen console. Like, I don't want to say it's as disappointing. It's as disappointing as MGS5, because MGS5 is probably the most disappointing game of last year for me. But it's pretty up there, honestly. And I guess because, as I'm not more disappointed in it, because I didn't have high expectations to begin with. I was like, well, Bethesda's making it, not Obsidian. I don't know. It might suck. And I was like, honestly, for a Bethesda try, it's fine. It's okay. It's serviceable. It's just not what I'm looking for. Not, I'm sure, what most New Vegas fans are looking for. Or just classic Fallout fans in general. I'm sure if you love 3, you're going to love this game because there's so many throwbacks to fucking 3. It's basically got 3 tied around its fucking belt. Like, we didn't need to bring Liberty Prime back. Ugh.
I don't know why they even bothered to, like, make an actual, like, super established character for this game.
Yeah, I don't know either. And also, I don't really care about any of the factions. Like one thing I will say I liked is that they brought the factions, a similar faction system back from New Vegas, but I don't like the Brotherhood of Steel. Fucking Father, whatever, douchebag, you have a cool coat face, is a shit. He's a fucking asshole.
I love the
Elder Maxton, yeah.
I love that meme that's been going around, which also ties into something that Morgan and Jay were talking about, because I think Jordan is also playing it, but I'm not sure. But anyway, like, Morgan was like, look at this dude's coat. Would it be worth it to shoot him in the face to take this coat?
I think
it's like, it's a really fucking cool coat. Thinking about it.
Dude, I've been considering it the whole game, and I've been I'm a brother in the Brotherhood of Steel. But, like, I'm just like, I don't care about most of these characters aside from Paladin Dance. I like Paladin Dance, but then, I guess, spoiler alert, Paladin Dance just fucking is a synth. He's a cyborg human, and the game tasks you with finding him and killing him, because he runs away at some point. And then, like, you find out from Elder Maxton that he's a synth. They found it out by looking through the data. And they were like, oh, now you gotta go kill him. And it's like, oh, thanks. So I have to kill a fucking good character for your shitty characters. Fuck you. I guess what kind of killed the experience for me is, like, if I want to get through this diplomatically without killing Elder Maxton and making an enemy of the Brotherhood, and while keeping Paladin Dance, I need to have full, like, conversation level. Full. And drugs. Like, actually, yeah, having full isn't quite enough. You need to take the drugs that up the stat temporarily. Fuck you!
And you probably you gotta game it. Just save right before the conversation and just keep doing it over and over again until you succeed.
Dude, I'm done. Like, honestly, I'm just done. And I've been considering selling my Xbox One. Because, like, most of the Xbox One games that I actually like Killer Instinct, it's coming to PC. And I have Windows 10, yeah, so it's coming to Windows 10. And then there's also, Recore, the game coming out from the Metroid Prime developers. That's coming out that's coming out on PC too. And who's to say Scalebound won't come to PC at this point? Did you see the demo? That frame rate, it better come to PC. Come on, Kamiya, shit. But, like, I mean, after watching the PlayStation experience and just over the past couple months, my opinion of the PS4 kind of turned itself around. I thought it was going to die, but there's, like, more exclusives that are announced. Most of them coming out this year. And I want to play Bloodborne. And Street Fighter V, so...
Speaking of the PlayStation experience, freaking King of Fighters.
Oh, we'll get to that after this. I'm just gonna wrap this. We're still on my game segment. I'm just gonna wrap it up quick. I also beat a bunch of PS2 games. I beat Zone of the Enders, Second Runner. It's fucking great.
Did you just skip one, or you just?
Yeah. Well, no. I tried to play one. I couldn't. It's such a terrible. Now, mind you, I played it on the HD collection. And they fixed the Second Runner, but they didn't fix the first game.
Oh.
I was like, ooh, I'm not playing this. And the voice acting is awful.
It's so funny that no one's complaining about it. Once they fix Second Runner, it's like, well, okay, good.
Because nobody, like, I'll be real, like, I mean...
You only really want to play the first one just for, like, the experience of it and just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, I might just track the PS2 version at some point.
Also considering, like, Leo is a reoccurring character.
Yeah, a reoccurring character across 2 games. I'm crying. Anyway, there should be more. But yeah, it was such a good game. Definitely hope that Kojima makes something on par with that with his new studio that he opened up recently. But yeah, I beat Gungraves 1 and 2. I really liked Gungrave 1. I don't know if I like Gungrave 2 that much. I don't know.
I still have to play Gungrave 1 full through.
Gungrave 1 is really good because it's got terrible controls. It's got really shitty controls, awful camera, but I don't know what it is. Like, the game feels like it's built around that, and it's short. Like, the gameplay is really shallow, but it's short and arcadey.
That's one of the reasons why I'd never played it full through, because like I was at a friend's house and I played it for like 2 seconds and I felt those controls. I was like, all right, we can play something else now.
Once you take like 10 minutes to get used to the controls, it becomes like really, really like second nature, honestly. The only time the controls become a really fucking big problem's in that last level. Ugh, fuck that last level. It's the fucking worst. And Gungrave Overdose. Just fuck the second half of that game entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they could improve upon like a lot, but then take... Again, back to the 1 step forward, 2 steps back thing, where I think the game, like, just, it made some improvements. There's some cool things in that game, and it's a cool game. Yeah. But I feel like there's just so much lazy bullshit that they just didn't think about. Like, I'm on a rooftop for a good 10 minutes shooting dudes. And it's like there's no flow to it. There's no pattern. The game's throwing dudes at you. And just throwing random guys in the mix to kind of throw you off. And it's like, oh, there's no strategy to this. That crane fight, I mean, not the crane fight, the bulldozer fight where you had to fight those 2 bulldozers, that was the worst fight in the game. It was shit. Any game that put you in a tiny room, like that one fucking guy in the casino where you had to run around the table and shoot him with, it was a shitty boss fight too.
To be honest, I usually just like saved up all my ODs and just got on the table and just wrecked his shit.
I guess I'm not gonna say I had a terrible experience with Gungrave Overdose. I just think that like, man, they could have just balanced that game so much better, and they could have fixed the camera.
And speaking of Gungrave, like about 2 months ago, I watched the whole thing over again.
Yeah,
I still like it. I remember now why I have it on my top 5.
It's really good.
Yeah, I watched it on Funimation. I'm paying for the Funimation service now.
It's great.
Loving them dubs.
But support dubs. But yeah, and finally, they
have a whole bunch of like surprising stuff on there. Like, even some live-action movies I wasn't expecting them to have.
I know that they do, like, live-action movies sometimes. They dub it over.
We gotta watch Robo Geisha.
They have that?
Yes.
Oh,
that movie is dumb and terrible.
Oh, no.
But it's so good. And it's dumb and terribleness.
So, finally, to wrap it up, I played Yakuza. The first one, really, really like it. It's great. And I started 2. I'm in there now. I got a copy of 2 for $60.
Somehow. With the magic.
Magic of eBay. I literally went for that fucking sketchy dive and came out fruitful. Literally, I went and bought eBay stuff twice. I bought Shadow Hearts, the collection of 1, 2, and 3 on eBay for $100. Which was a fucking damn good deal considering Shadow Hearts 1 is worth $100. And along with 2 and 3. So, yeah. Freaking great. eBay not disappointed me yet. And so, yeah, that was really what I've been playing. So, moving on to a gaming news. The PlayStation Experience happened. Now, let's get the best game out of the way and talk about King of Fighters 14.
I don't even know what to think about it anymore. Like, it seems like it's coming along nicely, but I still don't like the fact that they moved to 3D sprites.
1 second, you're going to have to cut this out. Now it's raining. Bad. Yeah.
It's raining out there pretty hard.
So yeah, King of Fighters. I don't know what to think about it either. I hear it looks good. I hear it plays well, but it looks like
like the problem is 3D models don't look very good when you don't finish them.
Yeah, because I keep hearing that like just like Andy's model, for example, is just, it looks terrible, but apparently it's just not finished.
Yeah, there's a
lot of like texture stuff they didn't add onto it yet.
Mm-hmm. Like a bunch of people like aren't like 100% finished with the lighting and everything.
Yeah, I guess I kind of feel, well, I sort of feel bad, but I sort of don't, because it's still getting a bad rep, despite the fact that people are now coming out and who have played it and say it plays well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they kind of did that to themselves with those fucking slapdash models. What were you thinking, fucking SNK? Like, shit.
It seems like they don't they don't know how to do marketing very well.
No, I mean, if you'd have to make video games in order to know that, which they don't really do anymore. Now they are, but they're like, oh, I don't know.
When they're not too busy being dead, they come up and make a video game every 5 years or so.
Yeah. Also,
so much to the point that they had to stop using years in King of Fighters.
Yeah. But apparently people say it plays like a really, really smooth version of 98 Ultimate Match.
Yeah, I keep hearing that they're picking and choosing like the best
elements.
The best elements and like.
You know what element I don't like that they're putting in the game?
What?
Auto combos.
Yeah, I heard that.
But that being said, they are saying that it's not like you can't just do those combos by auto. It's not like Persona where you get normals that you can't get anywhere else. Because you know Persona just does that.
But I always want the option to shut it off. I don't like it when it's still like.
I hope it's there. If they have the option to shut it off, we'll leave that to rest. But it's just unnecessary, especially when considering you're just like one button combos. They don't do as much damage as if you would normally input it, but they're there. Okay.
And also they go into a level 1 special.
Yeah, I'm going to want the optimal version, though. I mean, who can't really do light, medium, heavy Hadouken? Stop it. JoJo did the same thing, and it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, specifically All-Star Battle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like, and apparently the game's going to have a 50-character roster. 50.
Which is nice. That's, like, standard fare for, like, a... Is this supposed to be I don't know if this is supposed to be a dream match or not.
They're saying it's starting a new storyline, but it seems like it's going to have like a dream match-sized roster. It's not going to be like 64 characters or whatever unlimited matches.
Yeah, if they're starting a new story, I wonder if they're like there's going to be any new characters.
Apparently there is. So there's actually a leaked list for what characters are going to be in the game, and so far it's actually proving right. Hell, people were like, this can't be true. Angel, are they gonna bring her back?
And lo and behold.
But there she is! And I'm just like, oh, and she did the bullhorns and shit, and I'm just like, oh.
I wonder if her playstyle will be just as cockamamie and fucking elusive.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, definitely. But, yeah, like, just... man, I'm. If that roster is true, that is a good fucking roster. T-Zock's on there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
T-Zock's on there.
Like, isn't he gonna like in there? Like, it's basically gonna be like a Team Mexico, basically.
Yeah, or something. It's
gonna be like him, Ramon, and somebody else on the team.
Yeah, like, oh man, dude, if T-Zock's in this game, I don't care what people say about the graphics. I'm gonna stop bitching about the graphics. If he's in there. That's it.
Oh, his moves are gonna look so goofy.
It's gonna be good.
Like, if Andy's Shoryuken is any indication of how T-Zock's moves are gonna look.
Andy's Shoryuken doesn't look that bad.
Like
in 60 frames, it looks fine.
The smudgy speed lines are weird to me.
I think that's just the unfinished animation.
Maybe.
That's what I'm hoping. It's like, I don't really like the speed lines either, but the move itself, the way it animates, it looks up to par. Mostly.
Well, like, I just hope I hope it does well.
I hope it's solid. I want a good KOF game, because I didn't like 13. I didn't like 12.
No one liked 12.
And I don't like 12. I don't hate 13. I can play 13.
I don't like 13, and I don't like watching competitive 13.
Like, if me and you were just to sit on the couch and just play some King of Fighters 13, that'd be fine.
I mean, we'd get a few matches in, but then I'd be like, hey, I have 2002 Ultimate Match on Steam. We
Yeah, Unlimited Match is just better.
Or we could play 11 if we want to do some tag action.
Or 98 Ultimate Match.
Yeah.
Either any to get some fucking legal Rugal on. Tournament legal Rugal. But... yeah, so I think we're the only podcast to talk about KOF 14 for this long without being like, well, that was shown at the thing. Yeah. Like everybody is.
Yep.
Oh, man. We're just KOF fans that want it to be good. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could take shitty graphics if it's a good selling, if it performs well. Hell, Sony's partnering up with them to make it. So that's great. That means, yeah. That's another reason why I want a PS4, because...
that means people will probably actually know that it comes out.
Yeah, I mean...
because it might have...
it was a main stage...
because it might have commercials.
It was a main stage trailer at fucking PlayStation Experience, so... it was just a trailer, but still. It had a playable demo. So, yeah, they're really trying to market this more, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Hope this puts KOF back on the map. And speaking of just more fighting games, Akuma in Tekken. Akuma in Tekken. This is a bit late to the party, but worth talking about. Akuma in Tekken?
With an actual story. Like...
Harada, and people are like, no, then he's just going to totally just be a... no, Harada wants him to be canon.
He is story canon for this game.
Harada really wants him to actually just be integrated into the Tekken mythos. And... look, that's going to fuck everything up, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't care. It's fighting game stories.
I don't care about fighting game stories.
Whatever.
Good. Good, I'm okay with this. And they said this is the only crossover they're doing with Tekken 7, specifically. But they're still working on Tekken Cross Street Fighter. So I guess this is like a preview. Yeah. So, yeah.
And his trailer will look like he looked like a Street Fighter character in a Tekken game.
I think it's safe to say that he was the best looking Street Fighter model ever made.
He looks pretty good.
It's sad to say.
Best looking 3D model ever made.
Oh man, he's beautiful. Like, no, you can keep compared to Street Fighter 4, even 5. Like, no knocks to 5, but like, I guess if we're looking, like, if for people who prefer more realistic character models over more cartoony character models, I think they'll be more pleased with this Akuma.
Yeah, you're right. He is the best Akuma model ever made.
Like, if you want to fucking you to go to Uncharted 4 looks realistic as fuck. Level graphics. Akuma's there. And they just up the graphics in general for that game, for the what seems to be the console release for that game. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a PS4 exclusive again.
Fated Retribution.
It's so strong. Oh man, all they gotta do is just refine some of the elements that people don't really like about 7, just make it better. Look,
God damn it, it's gonna be on the new gen systems. So, well, the recent gen systems, I guess,
make it look
now
prettier.
So, like, not even just that. Like, the fucking Tekken 6 loading times, my friend. Could we not do that anymore?
Can we not? Never again? No.
Get ready for the next battle. Now check your watch. Go make yourself a sandwich.
That was a really poorly optimized game, but this is actually running on the Unreal 4 engine, which I didn't really see. That's the thing. I can see it now from that trailer, but watching gameplay of Vanilla 7, I couldn't tell. It honestly looked like Tag 2, just with some better like shading and lighting effects. That's it. They still looked like they were fucking coated in Vaseline. Because that's just what Tekken characters look like sometimes. They're coated in Vaseline.
Yeah, that hard light.
Yeah, Casey tries to argue with me up and down that, like, Tekken Tag 2 looks better than Street Fighter 5. And I'm like, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. That's a really subjective...
Yeah, it depends on the art style, really.
Yeah, it's a subjective thing. If you're more into the realism, which he seems to be... then yeah, that does look better. But, like, if you're looking for cartoony, like, fucking artsy, over-the-top, dumb bullshit, then fucking Street Fighter 5 looks pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. I mean, especially compared to fucking 4. Tekken Tag 2 looks better than Street Fighter 4? No arguments there. That game looks like shit. I am tired of looking at it. It is an eyesore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyway. So on to PlayStation Experience. What else was announced that I'm looking forward to? Neo. Fucking Neo, man. Nioh Neo. Announced back in 2004. Now resurged.
Are we talking about freaking...
Not Onimusha.
Oh, we're talking
Onimusha Souls.
Yeah, I was just about to say Dark Musha.
Dark Musha. Yo, like honestly, Koei Temco hasn't really been
Oni Souls. There it is.
Like Koei Temco, like I watched Gaming Brit's 2016 expectations video, and if you're listening, go subscribe to him. He's cool. In fact, go to subscribe to the whole consortium of people who don't upload often but do good stuff. But yeah, I digress. He did a video showing off all the games he was hyped for, and he brought up with Neo, like Koei Temco has not been the same since Itagaki left. And I mean, look at what's happening to Itagaki anyway with Devil's Third. Like, just...
You all just suck at playing it.
You all suck shitty. But yeah, like Koei Temco, other than I guess Shrug, Dead or Alive 5, big Shrug, has been like just I guess other than the Muso titles, which have consistently been only getting better. Mm-hmm. But I guess aside from that,
that's kind of like that's like a constant. I don't think like anything that's been going on in the company had anything to do with or any bearing on like the freaking
Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors titles.
Yeah, that team that does the Muso
Team
stuff.
Omega, yeah. But fucking the Ninja Gaiden 3, even with Razor's Edge making things better, it's still like it's not as good as 1. It's not as good as 2. It's not as good as the Sigma version of any of those games. It's like just up to par now. Yeah, just I don't know. Neo actually looks really good though. Mm-hmm. And definitely a return to form. I hope it's good. I hope it's really, really good. As I think Koei Temco needs a good hit every once in a while. Like, because, Dynasty Warriors...
Everybody likes to shit on Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, and that doesn't really get them good publicity. So I hope Neo kind of turns that around. Mm-hmm. Especially with it looking like Souls. You know who they're targeting with that demographic. And, even Onimusha fans. Because, Onimusha kind of had similar things that Dark Souls has now. Very, very based off positioning. Like just timed sword swings, enemy pattern recognition. Like very basic level Dark Souls stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was tank controls. Now this is like going to be full on embracing that aspect of it. And probably even having RPG elements. I'm going to assume it does. Which would be cool too. But, yeah. Neo, man. That looks awesome. I don't think I've been genuinely this hyped for a game in a while.
Mm-hmm. Like Neo also reminds it doesn't remind me of this game, but it reminded me of another game that I'm looking forward to is Fury.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fury. That's the one with is that with the Afro Samurai guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that game looks awesome. Mm-hmm. Bullet Hell, it looks like a Suda51 game.
It really does. Escape the jail.
Escape the jail.
Use your 6 sword skills to escape the jail.
Escape the jail. Avoid bullets. Hell. Hell in a cell. Every fucking fight's a boss fight.
Freaking Bullet Hell boss rush.
Yeah, even with a little bit of character action sprinkled on there. For good measure. But yeah, so
with a really pretty art style.
Mm-hmm. It looks cool, and I don't think that was at PlayStation Experience, but worth noting. Look up Fury, F-U-R-I, Fury. I think it's with an I.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, just look up the Afro Samurai artist. You'll probably find it.
Yeah, he kind of needs a up boost after the.
I don't even think he was involved with that piece of shit.
The shitty piece of shit that was Afro
I don't even
Samurai.
want to talk about it. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. It's not on the store. It doesn't exist. Don't even say it. It's gone. It's out. Afro Samurai, 1. That's the only one. It's the only game.
If you want to know about the game that should not be named, just watch the Best Friends Let's Play of it.
Oh yeah, you'll see.
It is terrible.
Or
know. Watch anyone's Let's Play of it, because like everyone's been finding like strange and unique glitches.
Oh yeah, it's got tech everywhere. Ugh, it's gross. That game makes me sick. But yeah, aside from
a game so bad that they had to take a step back and say, sorry, we'll throw this in the trash for you.
Yeah.
Here's your money back. Yeah. I'm sorry.
So, that's, PlayStation experience. Other than a couple of other things that were announced, like Street Fighter stuff, Fang. Was that a PlayStation experience? Fang, or whatever?
Was it?
I think it was. Or rather, it was a recent thing we didn't talk about. Fang.
Yeah.
The character from fucking the Kung Fu Hustle, but he's a noodle man now. He looks so weird, but he's growing on me. Yeah. I'm actually glad we didn't record this the week of, because the week of I was like, the fuck is this shit? Is this fucking really the last character? Really? And everybody's even more mad because they're like, what is this, the boss character? No, you idiots! That's not the boss! He's the second guy to M. Bison. He's a scientist. They wouldn't make him the boss. But he's the one major zoning character in the game, and you know what? Really watching footage of him, I like his mechanics. Damage over time. It's a neat way to kind of go around the fact that most characters in this game have anti-fireball options. Just put a poison cloud down. There's no way you can't block his forward projectile. It just hits you. It doesn't do damage, but it puts a poison dot on you.
Still wish that he wasn't so like tall and stretched out, like, because that's gonna be distracting for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. He's been kind of growing on me, and he's not my favorite character, far from it. But like, cool, you know. Way to do a neat zoning character to put in this game, full of not anti-zoning options. Mm-hmm. What I especially liked was when Combo Fiend and Mike Ross had a first to 5 or first to 10, I think, whichever, like just set where Combo Fiend was just showing off Fang. And Mike Ross was just only playing big guys mostly. He played Rashid like for a little while, but he played like big guys like Nikali, Zangief, and Birdie, and just to show that like you can play a heavy character and this zoning character won't shit on you completely. Though his Birdie and his Nikali was much better than his Geef.
Speaking of Mike Ross, like they've been having a lot of they've been having like a wrestler-thon on the freaking Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, because what's his face, guy from New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been wanting to get into fighting games, and that's cool.
Yeah. Now.
Not Brennan Williams. He's the guy who's becoming a wrestler.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods.
Yeah, Xavier Woods was on Excellent Adventure, and just recently, freaking Kenny Omega was on there.
Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he's convincing more wrestlers to fucking play fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, though. Honestly, fighting games.
And Kenny Omega plays Cody.
Oh. That's cool, though. They're kind of, because wrestling and fighting games, they go hand in hand.
He was like, I used to play Geef, but then, like, I skipped Arcade Edition, and then I came back in, and all the new characters, I picked up Cody. It was just good like that. He was like, I love seeing people's fighting style just change once I pick up that knife. He's like, you can see the fear, and you can just see the fear in the way they play when you pick up that knife.
I gotta watch. I should just subscribe to Excellent Adventures at this point, because just Gutex is like such a good teacher. Like, and Mike Ross, both. But like Gutex has that like velvety just.
He's guiding your hands to victory.
Guiding you on a quest to become good. He apparently offers classes too. Like online classes and shit. That's awesome. Yeah, so other than like just a couple of things like Nier Automata, that looks great. I gotta play Nier first. Yakuza 0 being confirmed for America.
Nice. Can't wait to play as freaking.
Can't wait for it to come out.
The 3 styles of Goro
years.
Majima and the freaking reckless young Kazuma.
Can't wait for it to come out in 3 years. Which, Hyperbit Hero will not shut up about Yakuza.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
I have plenty of good games are coming out that'll hold me over until Zero comes out.
Yeah, and I love Hyperbit Hero. Just like ever since I started listening to Bonfire Comfy Cast, every time they ask him like, "What's your favorite blank?" and he goes like, so Yakuza." Like he's the Yakuza guy. Which is great. No, honestly, like it's fine that he talks a lot about it because nobody talks about Yakuza. They need someone. Yeah, but another plug right there. Bonfire Lit Comfy Cast, a new podcast. It's a thing. It's cool. You should listen.
Go get it.
Go get it. They literally had their last podcast was their New Year's podcast was 4 hours long. They just do that.
They got the time.
They do. They fucking. It's just all those chuckle fucks. They just get who they can get. Sometimes it's just Vash the Shell Bullet and Pokey, but then Hyperbit Heroes on there sometimes. Gaming Brit.
I like the way he just smashed his two. He was like, "These are my 2 favorite anime characters. This is smashed together. That's my name."
Vash the Shell Bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually ended up subscribing to all those guys. Like, I just looked up each channel, and I was like, you all do good stuff. And since you all don't upload enough, at least every week there will probably be a new video from one of you. So, you won't be flooding my subscription box or anything. And you'll probably stand out more amongst, like, everybody who uploads all the time, every time.
And speaking of Ash, freaking Funimation got those classic hitters on deck, son.
Trigun?
They got Trigun. They got Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh.
They got them hitters. I'm probably gonna end up watching Trigun all over again.
Yeah.
Like I watched the first episode like a couple of days ago.
We gotta do an Eyes on Crash for Trigun at some point.
We still gotta do an Eyes on Crash for Outlaw Star.
Yeah. We gotta do an Eyes on Crash for a lot of things.
I put a whole bunch of stuff on my queue because I'm still trying to figure out how the Funimation the streaming website works.
Yeah,
because it's way different from Crunchyroll. I think Crunchyroll's is more. It's more freaking streamlined than Funimation's is.
Yeah, Funimation's a little wonky. It kind of took me a little while to figure out where the simulcasts were. But yeah, so I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about. What we really wanted to talk about with the PlayStation experience, unless we forgot a few things.
But the PS4, they apparently they're doing really well with their apps and their connectivity. Cause I went over to Morgan's house and we freaking binged the first we binged the first 7 episodes of Space Dandy.
Oh, sick! So you started watching Dandy?
Yeah, and we used the Funimation app on his PS4 and it did really well because his connection in the basement is hit or miss, but no stoppage anytime.
Yeah, I gotta the only anime that I've been keeping up with is Ushio and Tora lately. I guess this is a good time to kind of transition to fucking the Eyes on Crash. Yay! I haven't done this in a while. But yeah, no, that was a pretty damn good job. So we're gonna put Daredevil at the end of this recording. So look forward to finally getting me and Casey's opinion on that. But for now, what we've been watching, I've actually not been watching too much, so I'll just say that I've been watching Ushio and Tora. It's currently temporarily done. The second season's coming out soon, though. I think the second season's going to be shorter than the first season, too. Probably higher production values and whatnot, but shit's getting real. Hakumen no Mono, the main villain basically is a more creepy fucking nine-tailed fox. More creepy fucking QB. Every time you see, him or her or whatever, and then one of its minions, Like, just... There was this one minion who was extra fucking creepy. Really, she made like the scary... This one shot, she made like the scariest fucking face like that I've seen in anime recently. Like, even worse than Toriko. Because Toriko's manga gets like the fucking scary face game on point, but this was worse than Toriko. There was just like one of the later episodes gets extra super fucked up, and like this lady, she's just like this evil lady, she just has like a creepy face. It doesn't help that she always has creepy dead eyes all the time. But then when she actually transforms into a monster, she's extra super fucking creepy and gross. And it's like, oh no, you have so many teeth. That's how I wish that Parasyte, that's how I wish Gato looked in Parasyte. Like, well, the way, the intense faces she made, I was like, I wish Gato had these, but half the time, it was zoomed out and he had a derpy looking fucking face. It was dumb looking. And I was just like, I can't take this seriously. But yeah, Ushio and Tora, fucking great, thumbs up. This new anime season's looks kind of dry right now. I'm gonna start watching Dangashi Kashi, which is basically a comedy anime about a candy store. That's it. But it looks really fucking... It's judging from the first episode, it's pretty fucking funny. So look out for that too. And I guess if this counts, I just had it. I might start watching Where Supernatural Battles is Commonplace. Because I heard... I kept seeing that anime, and I'm like, this looks generic as fuck. But then, half a year later or whatever, now I'm seeing all these fucking funny-ass GIFs. And I'm just like, where's this from? From that anime. Oh, and then I looked into it. It's 12 episodes and done by Trigger. And I'm like, what? This is Studio Trigger? And the more GIFs I looked at, the more sense it made. I'm like, oh yeah, this is Trigger. And then they got another anime coming down the pipes too called Kinziver, which I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely going to watch that when that comes out. But yeah, not too much I've been watching recently, so we'll get into more of the shit you've been watching or that you haven't talked about already.
Yeah, I finished, like I said, I finished watching Gungrave over again, which... I'd like to do an experiment if anybody like wants to watch Gungrave. Just don't watch the first episode. Just skip the first episode.
Because it's kind of similar to watching the first episode of Berserk.
I guess.
Because the first, it's like the one episode where he's the Black Swordsman. And it's like, you didn't have to put this in the anime. With the snake guy. It's like nothing. It didn't really add to anything.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like, later on, that same thing basically happens again anyway. And it's kind of like, it's supposed to be like, look at this, but how did he get all the way to here? All right, let's go all the way back. But, like, I would rather, like, if I had the chance, I probably would have just started with the second episode.
Yeah. Better flow that way. I guess because they want to get you hype. I feel like it worked a bit better for Gungrave than Berserk. Because Gungrave, it's like you're going to Gungrave and you're expecting it to be like the game. And it really kind of ropes you into it. But then, like, you get this mob story. And it's like, oh, this is different. It's weird. But then, like, you really get into that. And then you go, it's like, well, now I really, it's great. I'm into the story. Back to the shooting.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that first episode was most likely for people who like are coming in it from the game.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say most people are, but it's like the game is kind of like niche and obscure enough to like you could have seen the anime without ever playing the game.
Right, and I feel like Berserk doesn't really get that excuse because I feel like just as a story, starting from the Golden Age arc just is more effective way of starting Berserk because I feel like early Berserk was really inconsistent anyway.
And in the anime, you don't even get to the Black Swordsman arc.
Not really, no. I mean, they're finally making a PS2 game based off the Black Swordsman arc. I'm really looking forward to that one. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. The new Berserk project. Berserk Forgotten Sword on PS2. That sounds like a Naruto sub name, Forgotten Sword. But yeah, no, new Berserk Project anime trailer. I don't know, way too much CG. Hope it's not that much CG when it comes out.
At best, like they're probably still gonna have that much CG, but like I hope they tighten it up.
Yeah, because anyway, so
it didn't look bad, but it most certainly didn't look great.
Not amazing. So, what else have you been checking the outs?
What else have I been watching? I'm probably gonna end up watching Trigun over again, like I said. I've been watching a lot of Heat Guy J.
I keep hearing about that.
It's a weird, like Jay is fucking cool. I feel they designed Jay to be just the coolest fucking manly cyborg ever. Like, first of all, like when he expels steam from his clavicle like pipes, he does it a lot too. When he does it, it sounds like a wolf's howl. First of all,
good.
And he's
right up your alley.
All he does is freaking just dash and glide around and punch things really hard.
Good.
That's all he's about.
That's some hard ass rain.
Yep. And I think at best, like before now, I've only watched like the first couple of episodes. I think it was during the time when they were playing anime on like Sci-Fi and shit, and I'm pretty sure it came on Sci-Fi, and that's how I caught it. And I don't remember Daisuke being such a fuckboy. Daisuke is terrible. Daisuke is the worst partner a person could have, really.
Oh, God.
Like, alright, I'm over-exaggerating a bit. Like, when it comes to, like, leg work and detective stuff, he's pretty good. He's good at getting information. But when it comes to the action, he almost always gets himself killed.
He's great.
He is always almost getting himself killed. Like, he gets the legwork done, he finds out where the bad guys are, he goes to the bad guy, he does some dumb shit, and then freaking Heat Guy has to come in and save him. Like, here's one real prime example of Daisuke doing some old fuckboy shit. Like, there's this bomber who's just, like, seemingly randomly bombing the entire place. And then there's this, like, side quest thing that ends up being connected to where the bomber's gonna strike. So he puts two and two together. He's like, oh no, the next bomb is gonna be in our building. Shit! So he runs back to the building and he's like, everybody evacuate. I'm gonna go in and find the bomb. So he goes in and finds the bomb, right? And then instead of, calling somebody more qualified to deactivate a bomb, he opens it up and tries to deactivate it with his pocket knife. And he fails. Twice. He cuts the blue wire, and then the time goes down, and he cuts the red wire, and the time goes down even more. He's like, wow, deactivating a bomb, way harder than I thought it was going to be. Guess I'm going to die. And then freaking Heat Guy jumps down from the ceiling and sprays some goop on the bomb, and then covers the bomb with his body. And Dice is okay, and Heat Guy needs repairs, but he's basically okay.
So Heat Guy J is basically manlier Astro Boy?
Basically.
Nice. Sounds great. I might watch it. Yeah, so...
And the voice acting is fucking, like... Some of the characters have really funny voice actors.
Good.
Like the mob boss's son, who becomes the new mob leader after his father dies. Papa, did you see it? Fireworks, Papa.
Oh man, that's great.
And freaking and the werewolf, I forgot what his name is. Like, he's not like really a werewolf. Like, there's this city, like this freaking prison city that will, like,
there is.
that'll like genetically modify your face and turn you into an animal so that you have to repent for all eternity.
Whoa.
But also, there's also people who will, like, genetically modify their body to make them stronger and stuff. So they'll have, like, a cat head and also cat-like agility.
Whoa, whoa.
But this werewolf dude, He's pretty cool, but his English voice actor is fucking terrible. Have you seen my bunny?
Oh. How many episodes is it?
I think it might be 26, but I'm not sure. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Okay, and it's on Funimation?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to check it out.
And freaking Bake Do still reading it. Whoa. I took a break because I'm kind of like slightly loyal to the people who I'm reading it from, freaking Spindy Back. So I usually just go to their website, but their website was freaking out and it was down for a little while. And I'm reading 3 things off of there. I'm reading Tough, I'm reading Garoden, and I'm reading Bake on there.
You know they got Tough and Worst coming to Puzzle and Dragon, right? Getting in on that, right? Jumping in on that action.
Tough and Crows.
Crows.
Well, Crows and Worst, you mean?
Crows and Worst, jumping in on that, yeah.
I don't care about Puzzle and Dragon at all.
You care now because they're there. Stefan does.
I haven't.
I was vapidly pointing at him, guys. If you hear that noise,
that's the sound of pointing.
Sound of pointing.
Yeah, I still gotta read Crows and Crow Zero and Worst. Like, also I gotta finish Clover, but that's another thing entirely. Freaking, I really gotta talk about what happened in Bake, but I have to talk about it in a spoilery way. All right, so anyway, like. The non-spoiler would be, yeah, they resurrected Musashi Miyamoto, whatever. So anyway, like, once you get deep enough into Bake, you know about Tokugawa's underground fighting arena. And, like, some shit went down in the underground fighting arena. Like, and it made me mad. Not the outcome of the fight. But, like, what happened after the fight?
Oh.
Alright, so, like, there was a fight in the underground arena. Some shit went down. Everybody was like, oh man. And then everybody went home kind of with a gloomy disposition. So, like, the next day, a bunch of people go to the police and rat on Tokugawa in his underground fighting arena.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right, first of all, you went to an underground fighting arena. You should immediately, after ratting out Tokugawa, go to jail. You should immediately go to jail. Because you were there. You know what you were there for. You should go to fucking jail, you rat bastard. Second of all, you knew what the special event was, so you knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. Just shut your fucking mouth and watch the fight and then go home.
Please, Leon, tell me, is Pickle back?
No.
God damn it. When are they going to finish Pickle?
He's just kind of fucked off in a direction. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Pickle needs to fight Musashi. It has to happen.
It might happen.
I hope.
I feel like
who's stronger than him? Pickle's the strongest character in the series right now.
Maybe.
No.
Because he didn't have like an official fight with
Yujiro?
Yeah.
But you could assume perhaps Yujiro fights a lot of shit off screen. You'd think by now that like they'd find Pickle in an alleyway with no bones anymore. Just yeah. All right, so I think that about wraps it up for now. But we're going to transition. Before we transition over to Daredevil, I guess just some going out statements, just real quick. I think from now on, if we're going to record a Podcrash, we're probably just going to do it with whoever we have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the 4 of us. If like one of us isn't there, then I want to kind of try to at least get one a month. If we can get one a month, I'd be happy with that.
That was the aim to begin with, really.
Yeah, but if we can't get everybody at all at any point in the month, then it might just be me, Leon, or Leon and whoever, just to get together. You know, even if it's just 2 of us, not one of us, that'd be awkward. I felt really bad for what's-his-face in a weekly manga recap when he had to do that by himself for one episode. And I'm like, oh, that's so awkward. But yeah. If like as long as there's like at least 2 of us, we could still do a Podcrash. We're definitely gonna all try to meet up and sit down and discuss our plan for the future. And if we have any changes beyond anything we mentioned here, or whatever DJ mentioned, we'll include it in the next podcast.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to know about it sooner, we do most of our updates
On a Facebook page.
Yep.
And Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Twatter. And I think Will set us up with an Instagram page.
Did he?
I think he did. It's like he was talking about that. I talked to him. If there's an Instagram page,
we'll find out about it. And then we'll let you know about it.
Link it in the description. Anyway, moving on to me and that piece of shit, Casey, doing Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a good one. Finally got this one up in there. We can use it now. We've been sitting on it for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to finally get it up there now.
All right.
Peace.
See ya.
Wah!
Transition.
Noises.
Hold it! It's been a bit of a change in plans. Embarrassingly enough, I accidentally misplaced the Daredevil sound file. And there's no backup either, so it's completely gone. I guess they'll redo it when season 2 starts, or when season 2 is over. We'll talk about that later. But this episode isn't over yet, and we do have a backup. We recorded the Parasyte cast, and that's what you're blah blah blah. Fuck it. I'm not gonna re-record this. We're gonna do the Parasyte cast, and that's what you're gonna listen to right now. So let's get that transition music started back up again. Time it!
Welcome, everybody. We are here.
You need to pull up.
You're pull up as we enter the world of anime, I guess.
Yes. Welcome to another exciting episode of Eyes on Crash. This episode is going to be about Parasyte, a series that we watched months and months and months ago, but now has seen a nice little, very, it saw a very nice periodic reinsurgence with the anime because it's a really old manga.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty
now
old.
It's being like very timely brought over to America and dubbed, and it's on Toonami. So we're gonna do our best to try not to put any spoilers in case you want to go check it out for yourself.
Yeah, since it's currently running on Toonami right now, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Scoot up.
I already scooted. I just don't want you guys to smell the freaking dog shit that's on my boot, okay? I'm being considerate for you.
You're in exile, Bob.
I'm in exile. You exiled me to this backyard for a good half hour.
Yep.
We're outside. It's whatever.
I guess technically I exiled myself for stepping in that dog poop, but I didn't want to step in the house and drag it.
It's okay. It's like a minefield of dog poo out there.
Yep.
We clean it frequently, but the little dog runs around and shits a lot. Like the big dog at least has a consideration of shit in the general area.
Find one place and
and then
make a special place for himself.
Yeah, there'll be like 18 pieces of shit within like a 5-foot radius, all in the same area. He's considerate like that. The little dog.
And consistent.
It could be worse. It could have been like regular like shoes where it would have been like harder to clean out, like the little grooves and
You
shit.
should be thanking goodness that you didn't step in the big dog's poo.
Yeah, I don't know. It really does stink. This is a good thing to talk about on our Eyes on Crash.
It's still the little dog's
Dog
poo,
poo.
trust. I mean, if it was the big dog poo, it would have been like... you would have stepped all up
That's
in
a
it,
noise
bro.
that you made.
Yes, babe.
She's still upstairs.
Okay, what do you want me to do about it? You want me to go and get her?
Your hands.
You don't.
Alright.
Yeah. Better Paycut.
Alright, so now that everything, like, we were supposed to do this episode a while ago. Like I said, we watched the entire series months and months ago, but I'm kind of glad that we held off on it, like whether it was our decision or not.
It's
because-
relatively topical now.
Yeah. So we got Morgan here and we got Bob.
No, you don't. Bye.
And of course me, Leon. So I guess we'll start with a general overview of the anime. We got Shinichi, our main character, our nothing kind of, well, they kind of, I don't want to say overemphasize his nerdiness, but only with his new character design in the anime did they
Well, in a visual sense.
Yes.
But like,
overemphasize his like averageness and like
Mm-hmm.
not
His
really
awkwardness.
Yeah, not really averageness, like below averageness.
no, not really below. He just was a soft-spoken, regular Japanese kid.
Yeah.
Regular anime Japanese kid.
Not even regular anime Japanese kid, because like there's regular anime Japanese kid and then there's like deep, no one notices him and no one knows his name anime kid.
Shinichi wasn't like that, though. Like, people knew him. He was just like super normal. Like, he wasn't like a social outcast.
Like the
Like, he
kid
wasn't-
from the shit anime with the cell phones.
Mirai Nikki.
The main character from Mirai Nikki was a no one knows his name, like below average character. He's like, yeah, Shinichi is like a basic, like all Japanese,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got some social awkwardness to him.
socially awkward, all Japanese, super relatable to Japanese people character.
Yep,
Yeah.
growing up at the time.
I don't even think even growing up at the time, the fact that the way that they like updated the characters and the tech and everything in the anime.
It wasn't just like he was, like, for example, his dad used to read on newspaper in the manga, but in the anime he's like,
Now
on
he
a
has
tablet.
Yeah, he has a tablet sitting on the dinner table that he's scrolling through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the little touches like that to modernize it a bit.
And the character updates that they did to like character designs. They didn't have to do it too much, but they did it enough with like hairstyles and whatnot to where they made it like modern.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shinichi, they didn't do too much to him. They changed his beginning look more than his like follow-up look. His follow-up look is basically to the letter in the manga, but his beginning with the glasses and his haircut a bit is more a new thing.
Mm-hmm. And he changed his clothes too.
Kinda.
Yeah, it looks less like he's wearing like more modern-esque clothes. Cutting his sweater.
I guess no. I guess when he's out and about they change his clothes.
You get text now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Alright, continue.
This is good things, anyway. So then, basically, he runs into some unfortunate incident where some sort of alien life form runs up his arm, and he kind of cuts off the alien from completely going to his brain by just wrapping a freaking, like, headphone cord around his arms, cutting it off.
Yeah, he used basic basic life-saving.
First aid.
Yeah, he uses basic first aid to like cut off the part of his arm and just like tie something. It's like, no, you don't, because it shot into his arm and it was trying to get to his brain, of course. And then,
Well, like, I mean, he would have. I mean, it was already like too late for him to get to his brain by that point.
not really, because it seemed pretty fast.
Well, yeah, but it's not like it doesn't slice into you to gain entry into you. It assimilates into you. So he
No,
was
it
already.
shoots into your skin.
Yeah, just goes. It goes once it
But
hits your
everyone
skin, it
else
slows
like
down.
went into their heads.
That's because it probably like shot directly into their face.
Up their nose or something.
Yeah, up their nose, somewhere where it was an easy access to their brain.
Yeah.
So basically, he cut it off, and so the parasite that went into him ended up just basically taking over his right hand, right?
It couldn't get to his brain, so it took his entire right arm.
Yeah, his whole right arm is now basically his became a sentient being that Shinichi can still control.
His parasite
But-
brain.
Well, when the parasite is sleeping, he can
Yes.
control that arm. But when,
As a normal right hand.
yes, but when it's awake, that belongs.
He's pretty
to the
much at
parasite.
the mercy of our parasite of the show, which is Migi.
Which is kind of self-named because Migi means right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.
He was like, I don't have a name. He was like, well, I gotta call you something. So, since it was in his right arm, he called it Migi.
Fitting. So basically, as the show goes on, it kind of, you see more like body horror stuff. Well, part.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Well, with the dog with its face splitting open, with the wings in its head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
It's
thing.
basically the thing, but a battle manga.
That's kind of my. I guess to get right to like the nitty gritty. I think my main issue with the series is its tone, its pace. Like it started off kind of as just a horror type deal.
Yeah.
Where it then divulged into becoming a battle manga. Hey, it even has a final boss fight. Like, and I'm not going to say who it is or what it is, but let's just say when you see it, I don't really like how they did it in the anime. It doesn't look horrifying enough to me. It looked silly. I couldn't really take it seriously. Some shots, it legitimately looked horrifying. It did. Well, with like the multiple like eyes and shit, but like I'm trying to be as vague as possible.
I liked Gato. Or should I have not said his name? Revealing that he's the final boss?
I'm not gonna bleep it out, but you already put it out there. But like,
Not even
he's-
that, bro.
he's
If you're
obvious-
far enough into the series to even have heard his name.
don't explain why he's the boss, but like,
Yeah.
when you see him, you'll know that he's a
Yeah,
parasite.
it's like,
really.
and if you're that far along, I'm not really dropping any serious spoilers on.
Yeah. We're
Okay,
just
so we can
dropping
say
some
his
names.
name. Okay. Gato didn't super disappoint me as a final boss. Like his overall like aesthetic, like I kind of liked it. I felt that it could have been a little bit more horrific, considering the subject matter and what he was. But ultimately, like, it couldn't be as like thinged out as we wanted it to be, because like moving around in a body made of tentacles and crab claws and mouths and goat hooves and all this other shit just oozing out like we'd want, like the Thing or something, isn't really practical in the long term. So I'm sure he was going for some sort of like highly evolved ultimate being, ultimate predator type deal, which I get. But
Makes
my
sense.
primary issue with the final boss was there was no climactic final duel.
it was kind of short. To the point
There
where,
was, but
to the
it
point
was-
where Shinichi was at the story, there's no way he was going to take out Gato in his current state.
I realize that, but okay, after the twist, which we all saw coming, which I can't reveal.
Yeah.
After the twist that we all saw coming, there was no reason why they couldn't have at least had a little bit better of a heady, and like it could have ended with what Shinichi did to defeat Gato.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that
That could have been the last
that-
move of it.
I feel like it feels like one of those mangas that knew that its time was up and knew that like its viewers were dwindling, and
Yeah.
the magazine was giving it pressure, so they had to end the story as soon as possible and have an ending for the story to satisfy its viewers.
I liked Parasyte, but again, like Bob said, it started off like more like a horror manga,
Yeah, body horror.
which I liked because like I like manga that like I only really read or watch manga that's like not like I don't like battle mangas. I don't like any manga that fits into like typical mangas. Like I'll read horror and like some paranormal and everything just because like I can't stand the typical like
I like all of
archetypical-
them, but I choose battle mangas few and far in between, so that like you need instant gratification and some like suspense, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen?
No, it's just nice, in my opinion, to see something out of Japan other than like super martial arts and like, you know, wacky wild shit.
Because
Sometimes I just like to see their creative, like, you know, see that they have more imagination than just like Sentai shit and
Yeah.
fucking, you know.
Yeah, and you know what?
and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
One of the
it's nice to
things-
see them step into other genres.
One of the
Because
things,
like a series that fits like that perfect like in between niche is fucking Hajime no Ippo. The boxing manga.
Hunter x Hunter.
And, well, yeah, also Hunter x Hunter, because it has sagas that don't end in ways that people, like, expect. It's not like this team fights this team and the good team wins. It's like this team fights this team and then... Hey, it's over. What?
And that happened, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you know...
There's a skirmish and then there's an understanding and then they part ways?
Alright, it's cool. But yeah, one of my favorite parts about Parasyte that, again, I feel like kind of was understated in its second half as Shinichi gained power was the whole strategic element to the fight. Like, if you remember that first fight where Shinichi and Migi, that's one of the most memorable fights for me.
Yeah.
When they both had to kind of work together for the first time.
Oh, he stabbed the guy with the pipe?
Yeah, a lot of, like, talking and
fight.
planning.
That's not the first fight.
Not
Well,
the
it was
first,
one of the
but that was
first,
the
like,
first time
It was the first
worked
time they had
together.
to. Yeah, it was the first time they had to team up.
Yeah, the first team up, like where Migi wasn't the only one kind of doing
Where it
the
wasn't
work.
just like, yeah, Mickey's doing the work and I'm just holding him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a part of Migi
That's why
doing
I'm saying I feel like
work.
that was the first true major battle where
It was
the
like
other
the
two
first
were
step
quick
on their
skirmishes
way,
that were
yeah.
handled the second they started.
Yeah.
Which was, and it was, yeah, and where Shinichi pretty much had no, like, real role in the battle.
Yeah, he had no agency. He was
Other
just,
than
he
just
was
like,
just the
oh my
body
God,
holding
yeah.
the arm that was doing the attacking.
Exactly. I didn't, you know, my only problem with Parasyte as far as like that is like, I had no problem with it eventually like devolving into a battle manga, but it's like I wish it would have either committed to that more seriously or like stuck with the horror feel. It's like it tried both and then petered out, which is what made me mad because it kind of went through like a chunk in the middle where there was a couple episodes where there was like way too much feelings and talking and Strawberries in Love. Like it went through a couple episodes where like his whole thing with the two girls.
Yeah.
Like I get some of it. And, like, I understand that it needed to be there to bring the whole, like, issue of, like, Shinichi, to emphasize Shinichi's change.
Yeah.
You know, you needed other people to, like, say,
No,
like,
they're
whoa,
saying-
man, you changed. I get that. But, like, we could have just used those two girls just for that purpose, to illustrate change. But, like, it seemed almost as if, like, the show wanted to, like, kind of sort of dust a little bit of romantic subplot. Not a whole lot, but like they wanted to wedge it in there a little bit. And it just to me felt like I didn't want to see it.
It wanted to go like it wanted to go a direction of like Devilman-ish.
No, it's not even that. I feel like
Even no, like if you know Devilman, then you know what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
Like in Devilman, the main character is like a wimpy, like Japanese, like relatable kid, and then like a demon like comes to him and is like, you want to be strong, you want to be cool, link up with me, bruh. And then like he gets more confident, and like the girl, he like starts liking him because of his like enhanced confidence and shit. And so he starts like swaggering about, and the girl that he likes is like, yeah, I'm all about this guy. And like, but he starts like wrestling with his humanity because he has to kill these demons, but he starts liking it and like the amount of violence that's in it and shit like that.
Oh, I mean, I get that, but like, and I get that how that applies to the show, but I just mean that.
But
like,
it didn't go all the way with that premise at all.
No, I just mean that
Absolutely
like
not.
there were precious moments of episode that didn't need to be wasted on shimmery eye stare.
Yeah.
Shimmery eye stare deeper.
Shinichi, are you a human?
Shimmery eye stare
That is still
deeper.
the most awkward.
My eyes look like Jello now.
Whenever his like whenever Murano like her, whenever she would go off about like, oh Shinichi, are you a human? Are you really a human being? It's like so
You're not
awkward.
the same. Are you a human?
Yeah,
It's,
I
like,
felt
so
that too. It was so awkward and
Like,
it felt
who's
forced. It's like
writing
this is an anime. Why does this feel forced? You don't have actors to have to say this. You can like make this like, you know, look good. It's like Shinichi was trying to give a fuck, and like Murano is like just trying to like
If anything,
phone in this fucking, you know.
If anything, they like they made the reactions and stuff better in the anime compared to the manga.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because
They did.
like this is a thing I do. I usually like if it's like an old manga or a manga that's finished and an anime that's ongoing. I usually like have the manga next to it and I follow it with the manga, and that's what I did with Parasyte. So yeah, I noticed these things. Like they actually fixed like some of the reactions
They
and made it
polished
better.
up a lot of stuff.
And I
Kinda
would have
like-
actually liked to see a little bit more combat. Like, if y'all were gonna turn it into a battle manga, like, can we have had some more fights? Like, it just felt like there were a couple wasted opportunities for some really good
Yeah.
throwdown.
And
There was some really good throwdowns, mind you, but like
There
And
were,
I feel like there
but-
was potential for more types of parasites.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like
for
I
the
s-
most part, we got whip heads.
yeah, that
but
was.
like I said, this feels like an anime/manga that was like down on time, and like
yeah,
the viewers lost
And,
interest,
and
and, they
I
had
feel
to
like
wrap
the
it up.
creator was trying to figure out like what he really wanted.
Not
like-
even the creator. I feel like the creator probably knew what he wanted, but he knew that the viewers were like dwindling in number and
I
were down on
feel
time,
as
and he
if-
was down on time.
I feel as if the creator probably had other ideas he wanted to expand upon or could have expanded upon,
Yeah,
and like certain like.
but he had to
ways-
boil it down
but, yeah, it
because he
had to
knew
be
that
boiled
his number
down.
was up.
Yeah, no. Regardless, I think he knew that this anime would have never had that much time because, like,
No, the manga in general, because this is a really old manga.
yeah, but I mean, because like towards the end of it all,
Because
like,
you know, like manga in magazines,
yeah, it
and in
takes
general, like
time.
to keep popularity is like you
Very
have to
hard.
keep a number of like you have to keep a popular number, otherwise
Yeah.
they'll kick you out of the magazine, and then your shit will go into the ether, and like no one will read it because people like subscribe to like
magazines, yeah,
Shonen Jump or Sunday Jump or whatever.
yeah. I get that, but it's just I really feel like there could have been like, first of all, like I wish it would have stuck more to like the body horror, like, you know,
Yeah, there could have been way more Parasyte.
yeah, there could have been more Parasyte variation, and like they could have done way more like horrifying reveals and shit. Like, I get that they primarily take over the head, but did they all have to be whip head? Why can't we have like axe head or like split open scary face
Or like tentacles coming out of the chest.
yeah, or like fucking upside down spider face, crab vagina, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there was
Yeah.
possibilities for like these things to do more.
I mean, we had that guy with the parasite mouth. It's like more of
Yeah,
that.
it's like,
How about like
I was mad because like every time a parasite showed up, I'm like, oh yeah, new parasite, he's gonna do something freaky, and then they'd all have that moment where they're like, well, I'm done talking, I'm about to do some freaky shit. Fight time, music
Whiphead.
kicks in, whiphead.
Yeah.
Every time, and it kind of like started after the third time. It was really disappointing because I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah, I
they're
see what you're saying.
really never
It
gonna
feels
do
like
anything
every
else."
Parasite was like the writer saw something that was inspired by the thing. Like the
Yeah.
writer only played Resident Evil Remake.
Ryoko had some like weird parasite thing going on with her though.
Yeah, Ryoko. Oh, that's where I was gonna go. Ryoko had like one of the illest battles
She did.
Yeah,
in the series.
She really, really did.
yeah.
She was like the parasite that was starting to like cling on to like human nature and learn about humans and whatnot. I liked Ryoko.
I also feel that like the anime like started getting good towards the end. Like it really took off towards the end and then ended.
Like that's why I keep going with the whole like the writer knew his number was up soon, so he
Like
needs to end
it made me so mad because I was like, "Yo, wait a
'Cause-
minute!
'cause-
Now it's getting
Yeah,
good."
you can see him building the story, and
yeah,
then he was
to where
like,
it
"Well,
needs
I gotta
to
shut
go,
it down."
and then it's just and the ending feels so like, oh well, sorry, gotta stop. It's like almost as it's like he ran out of money almost. Like it ends to me so abruptly on a hill. It's like the story for me, the anime kind of went like this. It started on a really high note because I loved the body horror. I'm a huge fan of the thing, so I
Yeah.
immediately like clung to it, loved it. Like I loved it as soon as the dog like
Split space and
yeah,
started
because I
flying.
thought more of that was gonna occur. That in of itself, what made me so mad about that is there's no fucking excuse why we couldn't have seen more parasite types. If this parasite accidentally grabbed a dog and had the foresight to make a wing monster head,
Yes.
how come no other parasites thought to make a human wing monster head?
Yeah.
Like, how come they didn't try any other forms? It's just, I didn't like that. But anyway, the minute that dog fight happened, it was all body horror. I liked it. It went on an upward trend. It kept with the body horror a little bit. It was suspenseful. I kind of
And
like
then-
that. It hit a bit of a dip it started to go down a couple episodes in. It started getting kind of talky, and I was like, I'm losing interest a little. Then it flipped around and went full on battle manga. Like it was like, look, parasites are coming. You're fighting them. This is what's going on. Like it went through that dip, and then it went on an upswing.
Look at this serial killer.
Yeah, but
yeah.
But you kind of need the dip for, like.
But the dips were dangerously boring in this anime.
Exposition.
I get it, but like in a manga like this, in a manga and an anime like this, and the pace that they were setting, it was just like the dips. I get it, but they were long and like of a special quality of boringness.
This is
like,
why
it's like a cold water shock of blandness.
This is why we're worried about if they make a Attack on Titan season 2.
Yeah,
because there is going to be a lot of espionage and a lot of talking.
Oh god!
Because that's kind of how like the part of like the how I feel like the second like part's going to be is like it's going to start off on like a lot of action because like you find out who the armored Titan and the steam Titans are, and there's a new Titan that's like a freaking lemur monkey fucking going around.
Like, okay, like exposition and suspense and espionage and all that shit's a lot easier to read in manga form and still be interested than it is to watch, especially if you're watching something episodic that doesn't like come out.
I would
all
argue
the time.
that it's different. I would argue.
Nah, it's easier for me to read boring shit.
I feel like it's different for everybody. You know what I mean?
Because it's faster to get through anime-wise.
No, it isn't. For me, it's easier to read through boring parts of anything.
See, here's the thing. Like, I'm picky about it. I will watch One Piece. I don't.
Well,
read
you're
it.
a fucking speed reader, Morgan.
No.
I feel like I'm a speed reader too, and that's why I can't read One Piece because it's like I need to slow the fuck
like
down
the boring
and
parts
take
of
in
like boring parts of shit.
There's a difference between skimming and speed reading.
Like no, I eat books like gone in like 3 days. But it's like boring parts of shit I can read through. It's okay. And it's like, okay, that's boring. I'm done with it. Move on. But like to watch something boring to me is really like it makes me mad because it's like, especially like I don't mind it if I don't watch the show often and I let episodes kind of stock up and I can binge watch them. I don't mind it as much because if it was a boring episode, it's like, okay, I got another one coming up. But it's like if you make me
if you're
wait,
going from week to week.
yeah, if I'm going from week to week and then it's like, okay, I've waited a week. You hit me with a boring talky episode. I'll let you slide on that. But then week 2, you hit me with more strawberries and love and wobbly eyes and fucking no slicing, dicing, or explosions.
Or espionage and talky talk.
It's like, yo, after that, like, I'm gonna rapidly begin losing interest on some, like, thermodynamics, like, propulsion laws, losing heat type shit. Like,
same too.
Exponentially, like, by the second, I will lose interest in this
same
thing.
too, because if it's in anime form and it's not dubbed, then I still gotta do reading anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind. I can read subtitles super
Here's
fast.
the thing, you know what? I definitely didn't have
faster than I can listen to the people
like,
talking. Like,
I guess to move it along.
Well, you gotta.
You know what? I definitely didn't have interest in the other chick.
who could sense him?
Yeah, like
I knew.
Who can sense parasites in general?
Which was never really explained.
Well, it kind of was.
It kind of was.
It seems
just
like
women's intuition.
Yeah, it seems like women's intuition can read and like sense parasites more than men.
Yeah.
Because Shinichi's girlfriend can kind of do that too a little bit.
Sensing parasites in that anime is handled similar to like people sensing ghosts. It's like
Yeah.
some people of a certain level of sensitivity can sense them.
Or
and
if you're
that's
like
just
generally just like
I just
sensitive
feel like
to
she
those
was a
things.
nothing character.
like the
her
serial killer.
entire purpose was to be accidentally slaughtered because she couldn't stay away from Shinichi.
I guess.
I knew from like the jump. I knew from the moment she started
Same.
becoming attached to him that was gonna happen. I knew it. As soon as she said like, I know, like I feel a connection to you, I was like, she's gonna die because she's gonna go after him. I knew it. Like
Sorry
14
about
episodes.
sorry
before
about
they
this
started.
accidental
Sorry
spoiler.
about the accidental spoiler.
But
But
if you didn't see this coming,
it's totally obvious. Like,
yes. I knew it too. I was like, when is she gonna get bodied?
Yeah,
because she did it like
was
3
slaughter
times.
Bait, yeah, and then when Shinichi begins to actively, verbally warn her
And
not
tell
to
her,
do this,
stop, please,
twice
stop.
on 2 separate occasions,
Yeah.
and then she gets slaughtered. Like we knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. Like I totally and I knew that was the purpose of her character.
But that
And I had no
revenge
problem
kill
with
is
her.
fucking glorious.
Yeah, that was great.
Don't tell him what happens. But
Yeah,
it's
the
pretty.
revenge kill is great.
It's body.
But like I said, that and like I said, the way it ended made me so mad because like first of all, I really feel like the whole like government's or like the authorities' response like took way too long to occur.
Yeah.
Seriously, how long are you allowed to mincemeat murder people before someone gets?
Like they thought it was just one serial.
That's not even believable. Like. The murders weren't even committed in a way that looks human from like the first one you see.
It happened in less than a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention that there's also.
And you know how slow
No,
it would take.
it took more than a month. Because remember when Shinichi went away for a while?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because
Time-lapse.
there was also Uragami who was going around doing awful murders that were obscene, and people just thought that it was him.
But like, the parasites are lopping people into neatly sliced fucking like. This is not
Uragami
something
was
a person
a cannibal
can do.
who did those
I get
things
that,
too.
but like even the most basic medical examiner, like I'm not like I tend to super science like look into things too hard, but like I get it. But
it's
even,
an entire government though.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like any medical examiner looking at even one of these murders could look at the way the bodies were severed. Like this was done with one slice. Something went clean through the. There's no person on earth who wields any blade. Like even in because like this is like a realistic anime. Like
yes,
nothing.
But it would still take
Nobody
a while to
just
rile
goes
an entire
like
government
this.
to tell
the
military to do something.
Nah, especially not the Japanese government. It wouldn't even take that long because murders aren't that common in Japan, especially horrendously gruesome disfigurements. Like this would have immediately made government attention.
And I feel like I was kind of just.
But I feel like whenever they get a murderer, it's of that caliber.
And okay, I get that. Like, regardless of the amount of time it took, I meant story-wise, the element of the government knowing what's going on should have been introduced first.
Yeah.
Because I would have rather watched talkie and exposition
Of
from
the
like
news,
government
like-
shit and the news rather than like watching Murano and that other girl stare with the jello eyes. I hate that fucking jello eye shit in anime. That shit really blows mine. When anime spends so much time with characters doing this and the eyes wobbling. Like it just feels like wasted time to me. It's like I don't need to stare at an anime girl for 3 minutes with her eyes just getting bigger and wobblier. Like it's like just like a super like pet peeve.
I don't think it was like so bad. Like the proportions.
It wasn't.
The
It wasn't
proportions
super bad.
Were pretty much acceptable.
It wasn't super bad, but it's just like going.
I get
into
what you
it.
mean though. It's like the long lumbering on
Yeah.
of romantic scenes.
Yeah, and the first episode for me, like I said, just set the tone with so much like thinginess.
Yeah.
That it geared me up for something that I wasn't going to get.
That's how I feel. You know what's funny?
You
Because
know?
that's the same thing, and I guess a little bit of a spoiler for our inevitable Arrow Eyes on Crash I'm going to do with Casey. Spoiler on that. But like that's how I feel about Arrow Season 1. Like, they're trying to go for a fucking The Dark Knight, gritty type of take on the Green Arrow character.
Yeah, after hearing some of his like voice work, like he's definitely like
he's definitely
doing this, he's doing
yeah.
the rough voice.
I
Well,
noticed
that's
that.
the thing. He's actually not like doing that. He has a voice modulator that's doing that. And it's not like Christian Bale, thank God.
Oh.
Like he starts off kind of giving like a gruff voice, but then he developed a voice modulator to further mask his voice, and it sounds super deep.
Once again, I still have
he's
to.
still doing
I still
it.
have
They-
to
they
watch The
still
Dark
fucking
Knight
do it.
in full because I woke up. This is one of the movies I actually woke up to recently.
Oh.
At the beginning, I woke up and like it was like at the beginning during the bank heist, and also during like the fake
like
Batman.
Scarecrow.
The fake Batman. And I heard the fucking Christian Bale doing his Batman. The fucking. And I was like, well, I'm not watching this today.
a hero.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not watching this today.
He's on a strong.
You're the hero Gotham needs.
So I just stopped watching it after the.
them hunt me because I'm strong. Because I can take it.
That's why
I stopped watching after the fake Batman thing.
That's why I'm really glad that like Arrow kind of ditched that like pretty quickly and just gave him a voice modulator, because it's like Stephen Amell, like he can do a really good like serious tone voice, but not a good growly voice, and I think they recognize that. But I think that season 1 of Arrow has a lot of the same problems that season 1 of Parasyte has when it comes to the romantic elements, because the shit, like we want to see Green Arrow fighting crime. We want to see him going up to dudes and being all, you failed this city.
As we want to see Shinichi fighting different types of parasites,
Yeah,
or different types of
slicing
parasites
things
fighting other different types of parasites.
And I feel like, you know what, Arrow did it a lot worse than Parasyte. Like, the romantic elements just get in the way. There's forced drama all over the place. Like, at least like with Parasyte, it's understandable drama, but with fucking Arrow,
it's like high school
Totally
kids.
like a
forced as fuck.
totally like
God.
totally just like a nitpicky kind of thing. But like I kind of wanted to see like a shield and sword Parasite.
Yeah.
Like, because I was thinking,
Because Gato had something going on similar.
Yeah, because I was thinking
with the
about
whole
like
bullets are coming, so I do it at an angle.
yeah, like again, because like the whole thing, like I said, the dog, the way he split and wings,
Yeah.
like that's totally like outside the box. It's a dog. What would it even know about flying creatures? Why would it know like out the blue, like, oh, you know what? I suck at this dog shit. Let me fucking.
I should take to the air.
I should
yeah.
take to the air. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dog
why
shit, it
was
all
this
comes
the
full
only
circle.
Parasite? Like, first episode, day one, this was the only Parasite I thought outside the box. Literally every other Parasite besides Three Trees.
Yeah,
I'm just doing it again.
Yeah.
Besides the last
Well, if
two.
you use code names like Three Trees, then
Yeah,
nobody
besides
will know.
Three Trees and Gato were the
Yeah.
only ones who took on like any different bioform.
Yeah.
Except maybe Ryoko.
Even Three Trees, like it was just more whips.
It was just more whips.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at
It was
least
a
he
lot of
used
them. It was cool, but I was like,
yeah, like that's what I was waiting for, but that's what I expected by episode 3.
Yeah.
It's like, why did it take you to episode 20 to give someone more whips? It's like I was expecting, like, okay, flying dog head, you guys can only go up from here. Okay, episode 2, more whips guy. Oh no, episode 3, what? One
He's
side
got
of it?
two
That's what I was
whips.
thinking. Like 2 whips. I'm thinking like 2 whips. Wait, one's gonna be like a spiky shield, and the other could be like a stabbing thing. He's episode 3. We can only go up from here. But no, it was like episode 1, flying dog head. Episodes 2 through 20, whip head, whip head, whip head, whip head, whip head, whip head.
Looping back, I was like, this
Gato
guy.
3 trees, game over.
Yeah, looping back, this guy was expecting probably to have like a long running series where he can develop this shit.
Yeah, and like
But
have time to like
people
work
like
on these.
probably people were like waiting and interested. He had to wrap it up. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
It
with
made me
manga.
mad because it had so many good elements that they introduced so late and then wrapped it up. It's like just the government now knowing that something's happening adds a
Yes.
whole new dimension
And the
to
whole
the show.
fucking
Me.
the bus shotgun.
Yes!
I've read manga that have had that unfortunate fate. Siren happens to be
And
one of them.
it's just like, okay, this whole
If we
new-
can get Julian on and not talk about Dragon Ball Z power levels, then we
Yeah.
can talk about Siren, and it's an unfortunate. Yeah.
I'm gonna reread Siren just to freaking be freshened up if we're gonna do that.
You know, and the serial killer too, like he didn't get not
He got
nearly
Yeah,
enough.
he just got the end of the series, and then
Yeah, I would have liked to like see a little bit. The private investigator,
Yeah.
he was a cool character. Like I would have liked to have seen like they could have like, okay, let's take a break from Shinichi for a little while he's on his long walk,
and then
and let's talk about like what I would have liked to have seen was while Shinichi was taking his long walk, instead of like. Basically, I would have wish they
other
could.
people
Yeah,
being-
I wish they could have just like edited perhaps okay, take out some of the strawberries in love.
Yeah.
Shinichi's long walk, he's gone training, doing parasite stuff. He's just out of sight, out of mind. I don't even want to hear his name. Let's focus on Shinichi, and I think I've got the knack for spotting them now.
yeah.
I would have preferred private investigator
Well, that wasn't
doing
the
his
private-
little
that was the
investigation. I
SWAT
know,
team
that's what I'm talking
leader.
about. That's what I'm saying. I would have preferred private
Because there
investigator.
is actually a private investigator guy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I know they're two dudes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would have liked to see him investigating a little, like, yo, these mincemeat murders are not really,
Yeah,
really,
they're not connected.
This is not what
These
people
are different
think.
things.
I gotta get the drop on this, and I would have liked, like, SWAT team guy, like, getting, like, Japanese government briefing him, like,
Yeah.
something weird is going on. We need to get the kibosh on this situation. Something, maybe just a teensy bit of, like, just dangle a little carrot in front of her face. Like, if you do this, we might be able to overlook some of your past indiscretions. Because you don't get that scar and that fucking
in the manga,
very evil disposition.
Actually, in the manga, he didn't have that scar.
Oh, well, fine.
They
gave
could have
him the
made that
scar
up
anyway.
for the anime.
It's
though.
just one line.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. It's just like, if we can handle this quietly and quickly, then we can, overlook some of your other...
Unfortunately, the only anime that did that was fucking Naruto with their whole season of Sasuke and the season of the Sharingan.
Yeah. I would have, like I said, also liked to see more bioforms for the parasites, because there's no fucking excuse for why Doghead Flying Alien thing was the only one who thought to do anything else.
I don't know, Japanese people seem to be really late on that shit. You see fucking Resident Evil with the fucking zoo animals who get infected.
What? Like the
Resident Evil Outbreak?
Oh.
Yeah. Japanese people seem to be really late on the uptake of, what if the thing does the thing to the other things?
Because, in Resident Evil, it's totally just
because it was Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Outbreak came out, and then they finally were like, oh shit, what if it hit zoos? What if animals get it?
Yeah. They totally didn't even, think about that.
Yeah. They only thought of crows and dogs, and that was it.
Well, with Resident Evil, I'll give them a pass, because it's totally contextual. It's like, you're in Raccoon City, it stands to reason there's a zoo, fine, but I wouldn't even go there. I would not, it's not on your mind during the zombie thing. Maybe on the train right out, I would probably be thinking, offhanded, all the monkeys in the zoo are probably, just running around eating people, this is crazy. But, you wouldn't go there, maybe if you were forced to pass through in Raccoon City's labyrinthine fucking architecture.
But the zoos aren't gonna, the fucking zoo animals aren't gonna stay in the zoo.
But it's just the odds of you running into exotic infected zoo animals are so low that I'll give them a pass for not throwing infected lions at us.
Side story.
Yeah,
infected
infected lions and infected elephants aren't super necessary.
Yeah.
But it's okay that they finally got around to it. Dogs and crows were really all we needed at the time. But what I'm mad about is why the Japanese so late on catching on to body horror.
Yeah. No, they've been on body horror for a long time. It's just that it's even in anime form, manga form. Even in manga form, they've been on it for a long time. It's just that anime, they pick and choose seasonal, what is everybody on? What can we... It's basically like American business. What is the most low-risk thing that we can make into an anime right now?
Yeah. I mean...
That's why fucking Moe and all that fucking other, soft garbage keeps making it into anime.
Mm-hmm. It's like I said, when I first seen the first, episode of Parasyte, it really geared me up
Not shitting on Moe completely, because there's some good stuff out there.
I guess we're kind of repeating stuff, but I guess should we wrap it up now since we don't want to get into too heavy spoilers? I guess give our final impressions.
Yeah, basically.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna give Parasyte the good old recommendation. If you're looking for a solid,
yeah,
it's 26 episodes.
There's good stuff. It.
There is really It sounds like we were kind of ragging on it a lot.
It's truthfully because we really, really like it.
We love it, and we wish there was more.
Yeah, but see, that's why we sound like we're.
That's why. I mean, it's the same feeling I have for Siren, and you know what? I really hope one day maybe Madhouse says, hey, look, Siren's pretty cool. Let's adapt it. I would watch it in a heartbeat because for as much as Siren kept adapting it, changing what its formula was over and over again, I liked it. Same thing with Parasyte. I think it has the same thing where it kept kind of changing what it wanted to be over and over and over again, and eventually it kind of just ended.
I didn't think it strayed too far from what it wanted to be.
Maybe not as extreme. Maybe not as extreme as Siren, but it was one of the early examples of that kind of happening with manga, where it's waning popularity, so we got to change it.
Yeah,
Siren had to do that 4 times.
It's not a Medaka box. It's not a Medaka box.
Yeah, nothing is. Let's be real.
My only negative commentary towards Parasyte would be pretty much exactly what Bob said. Is that so many excellent ideas were underdeveloped, number one, and developed frankly just too late. It's again, I believe that some parts of some episodes could have been condensed and cut out to give us 2 more episodes on the end,
But it's not really even about the manga. They were staying. It's not really about the anime. They were staying super faithful to the manga.
Well, even then, then the manga could have been.
If they would have teamed up with the mangaka and just went like, I want to make my full vision. Let's just fucking do this, balls out, balls to the wall.
But
I'll pay for it.
Okay, but
like, if they would have did that, they could have. The anime could have still been ongoing.
It could have, but here's the problem. Now, after the way they arced it, it would have been it would have been almost too late to continue.
No, I'm saying it wouldn't have been the way they arced it if they teamed up with the manga.
Well,
creator.
no, because there would have been certain things like, okay, so say they continued the anime, like, say another episode just came out tomorrow and it just started off from where it left off.
Yeah.
Gato's dead. Frickin' Shinichi's all emotional. Like, for them to now start introducing, like I said, like the things we want, like new Parasyte bioforms, the immediate question would be like, okay, why all of a sudden are they doing it now?
Yeah, they would.
Why wouldn't they have done it before?
Yeah. Truthfully, they would have to make an entirely new
Yeah,
Parasyte
they would have to
series.
start it over. Yeah, because like to start off from now, it would have been like kind of like too late now.
Yeah,
you know, like to add in the things we wanted, like to more fighting, and then what would have happened is now 26 episodes. Now, if you were to just continue off from now, I feel like the combat would suffer in an effect, because part of the combat and what I liked about the action of Parasyte is how it evolved and how we watched like Shinichi just go from like Migi protecting Shinichi because he's the thing he's attached to, and that being their basic combat doctrine, from gradually to okay, we've got to work
him
together,
having some agency and like, I need to live, you need to live, let's do this.
It's like I would like to see that evolve a little bit more, and us to see the badass ass kicking team of fucking Krauser, Sword Arm, Shinichi fighting more Parasytes.
Yeah.
But again, if we started it now, the only logical like progression would then become like super anime fucking monster of the week fucking
like Super Sentai Shinichi versus like,
it would get kind of stupid, and like the movements would start getting like so fast, and he's moving faster than the eye, and then there would be the anime cut. You do that to someone, like it would just get too stocky, and it's just like, okay, I don't even want to see it do that. Like I would have liked to see more combat, but like I would want it to cap off as Shinichi just sinking that blade through someone and then like tearing them apart. Them just like it has to stop at that. Don't ever make the big sword arm neat and like clean cutting and then like Zondetsing people. No, it's a big fucking sloppy sword arm. I want to see him just like eviscerate people. It's
if only,
fuck you, Parasyte.
If only the writer had the same name, the same big name as the person who made like Devilman and
like Go Nagai.
Honestly, if he actually watched frickin' The Thing instead of just like having heard of it, or
had the same like big name as The Thing and Go Nagai and everything, then he would have probably had the time and the like.
I'm gonna track down totally unrelated, but well, not unrelated. I'm gonna track down the Thing comic book, because they have a Thing comic book that is a sequel actually of The Thing, like the movie was supposed to be, but they totally scrapped that and went with the prequel, which I'm not even mad at. Like the remake of The Thing, I think it was okay.
I'm pretty pissed because I guess just let's not deviate for too long, but I just want to say my piece about that. I'm pissed because they made a completely awesome animatronics for that movie and overlaid it with CG.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
They
that
didn't even overlay it. They just like threw it out and just like.
No, they did do a lot of practical effects for some.
Yeah, they
of the
did.
things.
Put CG
But then they
over it.
CG'd over it because they wanted it to have like they wanted like the flesh of the creature to look bubbly and still changing. So they like went with the CG effect, like to make it look melty. That was it. That was the only reason they did all that. And look, which like I get it, like that's okay, I guess, but like it wasn't necessary because like part of the Thing's charm was the practical effect.
The stilted practical effects would make it look like it was still like trying to figure out.
Well, because the art team was going sleeker with the Thing this time around. You notice the Thing looked cleaner in the remake,
but it doesn't like.
It's not supposed to be clean.
It's not supposed to be clean.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be shitty.
It's supposed to look like it's like my DNA is fucked up, but I'm gonna fuck you up anyway.
It's supposed to look like it's still trying to figure out what it wants to do.
Yeah, I didn't like the one from the remake. It looked a little cleaner and it like had forms. Like it would like it took its amalgamated parts and and then assembled a whole that looked sort of congruent, though still freaky, but congruent, like this was a thing. The thing from like the original looked like a hodgepodge of parts. It didn't even look effective, and it just was. But
Spiderhead, gotta get out.
it's just things like the
thing.
But like see the thing, like the original thing looks like it's just like this thing form is just a shovel load of shit. This thing form a shovel load of shit with some dog. But it's like in
I'm
the
not
first
gonna make
one
a fucking counter.
there were
so if you want to make a counter of how much we say things, go
in the
right
first
ahead.
one the creature was like way more like there were like this one, and then there's this one, and then there's that one, and then there's this one. But I want to get the comics. It's called Season of Fear, and it's the prequel of like the thing gets to South America.
But like going a guy with the I'm probably gonna start like after watching Violence Jack. I'm probably gonna start reading Devilman like from beginning to end, because apparently like Violence Jack is a part of the Devilman saga. Because like Devilman, it's like Devilman, and then there's Violence Jack, and like Kid Jack, and then there's like another like part, and like those three parts make Devilman again, and then they have to fight like the main character who is like was the best friend of Devilman back during the Devilman side. It's really fucking weird, but like I feel like I gotta go back and do that again. But like Devilman, like if he had that type of like acclaim and everything, he could probably do like a long-standing series like the creator of Devilman.
Anyway, to wrap it up, we
highly like suggest that you watch Parasyte.
It's good.
It's really good. We wish there was more. We wish that the writer was able to do what he wanted and make the full series that he wanted to create. But as it stands, it's still pretty good. It's still really good, actually.
It's like a really good meal that's only two problems: or not enough hot sauce and not enough of it.
Yes.
With that in mind, I am Bob, this is Leon, and this is Morgan.
Yes,
I don't know why I'm introducing all of you when you could just do that yourselves. I don't know.
Morgan is the grumbly fucker, and I'm Leon.
And I'm No.
Yes. No, aka Bob. So we're gonna
like, subscribe, comment,
Yep, likes. Click the things that you like.
Click the things.
Click the things that you like to click. Okay, see you later. Goodbye. Eyes on Crash. We're gonna go look at some more things now. We'll see you later.